It does.
Yeah.
Does.
Okay.
It feels like it's been a long January. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, at least it's not for the reasons everybody usually says January is long, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
it does feel like a lot happening. Yeah, no, it's
Mm-hmm.
good. In our space, a lot happening is a good thing, right? We want a lot to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It's simultaneously flew past while I feel like a good amount. Like, yeah, I mean, like it feels a way to say, boy, oh, we're at the end of January, like it was just Christmas, but then also
Yeah.
you feel like, yeah, we did a lot this January, so or a lot happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, IPOs are back.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, there, man. Link. Right after we just talked about it, we were just talking about it. I mean, we were talking about the micro market would get a feature, and then boom, let them hear us and say, "Yo, we're not about micro, man, not junior something," you know. Not even 500 this thing. I'm gonna say we're going for the. This is the first company for. Is this the first company looking
Everything,
taking the full 750? Yeah,
everything.
because they could never take it. That too with 750 in mind. Atlantic. I think it was 750 times. No,
No,
I don't think so.
I
No,
think that was
no,
five. That was a five. I
no.
don't remember
Yeah,
seven fifty.
it was start of 2025. It wasn't in there. It wasn't before the increase. As far as I remember.
Mm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. It's also a thing that a thing I like about. I mean, nothing specific, nothing special really, but it's. I was gonna say it last night. It's interesting that the junior market that they mentioned, like if you're going for an IPO in the raise, you have to have you're going for you can only go up to the 500, but it doesn't mean that the full list, the IPO, all the money has to be going to thing there to the
Yeah.
company. So you can. I saying 500 based on the thing there, based on the rule book, but 750 is the actual thing. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So is it that or how I understand it? Yeah, yeah. No, up to last time I was pointing to 500 still. So on from JC's website. So, but the reading how I read it is that it said your listing must be for 500. So even if you're not taking up the thing there, so meaning if you have selling shareholders, yes, the selling shareholder plus the IPO cannot push it beyond 500. Or that's why I don't know. Yeah. I would say I'm iffy about it. I wouldn't say I'm thinking based on how I read it, but yeah. Because an interesting thing they say here is an IPO and offer for sale. They don't usually say that. To make it's, no, it's usually I don't believe so. I think it's usually IPO and then when you read the thing, it gives you a selling shareholder. Yeah, you see that. Hmm. I guess making stronger distinctions, especially since off of a sale, boss is a big thing with it. Do you think so? Mm. So you don't think that? All right. None. As far as I know, because others have done it before and never say it. So and that's why I was looking at the rule book and I was like, It's Rule 502, and it speaks about in a listing, and it says the IPO. Let me actually bring it back up. Rule. Do I have it open still? I have it here. Yeah, man. But yeah. The thing I'm wondering about is, can I come to market and have I raise $1 billion of the total offer is $1 billion junior market, 750 is in IPO and 250 is selling shareholder. Can that be done? I think it should be. I think it should be possible. Come to market as a new company coming to market, put in an IPO, and the IPO is full 750. But within the IPO, on top of it, there's a selling shareholder that's selling 250 million. So overall, the amount of shares being offered to the public for sale to bought by the public is $1 billion worth. Yeah. I think it should be possible. Which is why I was looking at this thing. I was like, they're holding the 750 line very strongly, but they're saying offer for sale and IPO. Because 90 cents times all the shares is just below the 750. Yeah. It's like a couple, like if you put $1 more or something like that, it becomes 750. I have it open here. It's not 750 million exactly. Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting point.
Can somebody go for? Can I come to market with a company and the total offer is $1 billion, is more than 750, as long as the IPO portion of it is within the 750 rule, and the offer for sale part, the selling shareholder part is the extra. It's the thing that brings it above 750. I think it should be possible. Yeah. Well, and it's an eligible company shall, for the purposes of initial admission, issue participating voting shares by way of an initial public offer, subject to its prospectus seeking a minimum subscription of new shares or allotment of existing shares. That's the part that trips me up. Or allotment of existing shares of not less than 50 and not more than 500. So to me, I believe this is saying you cannot go more than the 750 in your offer to the public, even if piece of it is the selling shareholder. Rule 502. I have it here. Okay, good. The, the or allotment of existing. I think that is the thing that qualifies it. Say, yo. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can't. The thing you're coming to, so 750. Odd, right? Exactly. Why? I think this is second week of us looking at that junior market. It's junior market rules and with some scrutiny. Some odd things there, eh? That too. Yeah, but then you know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The share capital. Mm-hmm. It's not a full 750 raise or new shares. Mm-hmm. 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 But this to me restricts somebody from yeah. If I want to have a selling shareholder and I want the full 750, I have to do two raises. And then I know to the point of it. What does it stop? Why restrict it like this? Okay, so you can't have it that thing there. Okay, yes. Okay. I see that's a good point. Mm-hmm. But but I mean, but in that same breath, you can have an offer that none of it goes to the company.
So,
Or no. Yeah, you actually cannot go and join the market without giving some to the company, right? As far as I know, based on how I read this. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It forces them to say, okay, yeah, make it, and it's specified. The public has to have some have a participation in the company, not just somebody shares from before. So big up that maybe again. Yes, sir. Indeed. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
yes.
As I know you guys like Jamaica. People's champ. Mhm. All right, all right, all right.
That was interesting. Not even. I don't even pay. I'm going to go on right now and look at. Hold on.
Do it, my boss. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
I looked at those and I was like, hey,
So,
it is
yeah,
what going on, so we need to pay more
the USD
attention.
is always interesting, you know. But it's interesting when it does something because it's so often not spoken of. It's so scarcely spoken about. That's a weird way to say that, don't I? But it's so scarcely spoken about that when it does something, it does something big. Like you know, oh, if I wasn't checking, you would have never hear it. Yes, Brad. Uh
Mm-hmm.
huh. Uh huh.
That's the USD.
I remember. I remember last year when we were talking about end of year plays, and I mentioned AS Bryden and I big up Jerry. The play Jerry put me on to was between it was between the USD and the thing there and the JMD, and a part of it was sometimes like you could only get out so much, but just wait. And then the interesting thing this year again was at the start of the year it wasn't really doing nothing, but if somebody that had done it and just waited, then it's gonna be big. Uh huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on, big up, though. Big up. Mm-hmm. What a way to fail up. And you could have get volumes, boy. Volumes. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. But my bridge not hear this. We talked again recently, so my bridge not hear this. And him said me, right after the session, me and him have this the thing where the thing that point out there's something else we are talking about in it. I was like, it's been a while since the director's bought. And then look at where the man sent me a thing like they just bought like they must have heard us. They bought and send the trading chairs and send it to me. So in my head I'm like, all right, well, get what you want. So let's hope he got what he wanted. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. Number one. 751% growth in the in 1 month. Wow. Wowzers. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, it call it the bossy bounce, you know? Because if you were buying, then I don't that's an interesting thing I think here. It's the noise versus the thing. I'm not saying it's the best thing to do, but then I can't say it's not, right? Because it literally was the best thing to do. But it's profit for the people who made that play. I didn't make the play. I didn't say anybody made the play, so I can't say I can't. I'm not here to say, boy, it was a bit, yeah, man, wicked play, nice, whatever. But the reality is, somebody made 751% in this month, and if you never, I don't think most people were buying on January 2, first of the year for the trading, but that dip, people bought in that dip, went all the way to 12 something or more, and it dipped down to 6 7. The young kids will buy that one. Yeah, it was 40, a higher 14, and it dip into thing there. It the dip, the lowest point of that dip was 650, and it's back up to 11 something now. So somebody made that money, that 650 to 11 people were buying. So me can't vex with them. True. But then the noise is, boy, it's just alarm, alarm, alarm. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be alarm, but it shouldn't have something about caution or whatever. But the reality is, if somebody's making that play and they have them level of tolerance for risk around it, and they have some idea of what exactly they're going to get from this or what they want to get from it, and it's worked out, here it is. I can't look on the man and say, oh, I made money doing this. I'm gonna say, boy, that's that's hindsight being blurry. Yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy. Yeah, that's mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, those are IPO, those are IPO because people gonna take it as IPO. The listing, yeah, listed. Yes, sir. The fabled 10x, 20x. And since month, it's a quarter. It's a quarter away from the 10x. Woo. Yes, sir. Money made. Money made. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, speaking of a lot of people, Trans Jamaica. Speaking of a lot of people. Yep. The people made out. You guys both
Of
told us
course.
last week you made money on it. Don't rub it in, please. People are telling me, people telling me, yeah, then I work out, thank you. And I said, boy, imagine.
Again, bro, stop it. One more time, then I.
I was preoccupied, I was making money. I mean, the money I made in Atlantic was more than the money made in Trans Jamaica. So I'm fine since a
Mm-hmm.
month. But it's just the knowledge that, just seeing it and whatever. And I said, it could have been a thing I touched. So I didn't. I just said, okay, I was going somewhere else with it. So I'm not vexed about it. It was funny to me to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got you.
It's not a bad bit of profit, but I also I made money off it. I don't want to go bother check it again because it's not the money that Like I don't have none now. I'm looking at it and going, oh wow, it's up so much higher. I think when I checked it, I was talking in the group one time. I know I checked it, and I think at the time it was up maybe or close to or over 100% from where I sold. But I didn't sell at a loss. So I don't mind, and I'll be buying it again. I'll be selling
Yeah,
it again.
it's a thing I see a lot of people, the FOMO. Oh boy, I sold, I never really get the thing that it there's a lot, and it's not a transfer maker thing, it's just stocks generally.
Yeah.
I think I like how you often say that we miss it. People decide that because they're not along for the ride that everybody else got, then boy, the trading is out the park, and I can't really get apart. I can't take part in it, and I have to go find something else and whatever. That's not how you have to look at this thing. Look at the thing and say, all right,
I've
at
been
every
toying
single
with
point,
it
it's
since what,
what's going exactly.
2021? Come on, guys. It's
So
been
the thing you
toying
have to
with
look
it
at
the
is
whole time.
you have to look at is just a last year there was a road ahead.
Yeah.
In 2021, there was a in 2021 there was a space between then and 2026. So what's going to happen then and thing there? If if the person who never bought in 2021 in 2022 decide, boy, I'm not buying this thing or whatever because look how well it's doing or whatever.
Yeah.
In 2026, they look at 2022 and say, should I buy? So and that's not necessarily like, oh, transfer maker going to do whatever or another stock going to do thing there. You have to look at it and say, all right, today, what we can buy and what's the path ahead beyond this point, and what am I going to be doing here? Because transfer maker is not done.
Yeah.
West Indies, Jetcar, and all these stocks, they're not done. So there's something in front of them. It could be up, it could be down, but you have your money in your hand, and your money have to do something. So you have to make a decision.
Exactly. And it's that thinking. I mean, I'm happy that we have it. I put a lot of energy to ensuring that at least the people around me have and understand that sort of thinking. It's not common in the space. The opposite is common, especially when you don't know much about it, and a lot of people don't know a lot about it. I don't mean like a specific stock. They don't understand investing and investing in the stock market. As always, I'm super focused on the investor in the local market, like that, the investing experience in the local market, the investing tools in the local market.
Same.
And the conversations around that. And the reality is, like, we look towards, like, everybody wants to talk about it, right? Everybody wants to speak and yap and sound like but not everybody can actually talk in a way that makes sense about it, because not many people know it. That's the truth. It's very easy to say what should happen, but then you ask them, do you invest? Oh, you know what? Do you actually invest? Because once, no matter how much knowledge you think you have, if you want to start investing, it's really just day one for you. You just start again. And I mentioned that because what you spoke about just now, Danai, is something that is not day one on the journey. But the earlier you learn that on the journey, the better you are. Right? The idea of, my Miss Transfer Maker, just like you, how much people, people tell me say they Miss Transfer Maker.
You missed that 2, you missed
Yeah,
the
man.
IPO, but there's a lot of profit between the 2, the 4, the IPO. You think that. So what's going to happen? Think that there's somebody when it finally reach everybody nice price that they want. You can say I miss it too because boy, this was too much for me, so I was never gonna buy. And then you decide say gone left you, and then when it's good when it reach that price that you wish you could have get, you're gonna say to yourself, oh, I should have buy when it was thing there. So don't make the headline and the stock is doing really well. Be the determinant for you saying, okay, it passed me. I'm not gonna look on it.
I've never regretted buying it. Every time I buy it, I make money.
Yeah, and you're doing the more immediate, the shorter flips, right? You're doing it off what you understand and the knowledge. Most people, it's one of the blessings of Transfer Maker is that most people don't have the skill to do what you do. They don't have the knowledge. They haven't done. Come to Grow, guys, if you want to learn how to do everymickle.com/GRWR.
Yes.
But if you're not doing that, it still work out great. If all you did was buy Transfer Maker at IPO, you're doing well.
Exactly. Yeah. If you just been DCA, you're good.
Oh, I had that.
I don't know if you want to try the My Money tool because it probably will like stress you out when you look, but you could have been buying it and no deep knowledge, just buying it because I wear stock.
Yep.
Mhm.
And if you just, yo, big up. I won't call people name because I don't want a lot of people money, but big up. There's somebody who did grow. I want to say 2 years ago, and they did grow, and then they eventually went on and did advanced grow. And they joined the group, and they were from the did grow. They said that they bought Trans Jamaica, and I loved how practical they were about it. The person say they where they live, they have to drive on the highway. And then they get a money one time, and I'm like, yo, well, I have to pay the toll every day. So let me buy Trans Jamaica. So at least, I own a little bit of the thing that I'm spending money on
Yeah, man.
every single day. Because I have to take the toll every day.
Mm-hmm.
And they have been, and then we spoke about dollar cost averaging. They did grow, and I spoke to them about that. And every time I see Trans Jamaica, I'm happy for them because I know the millions. I think last year them buy a nice SUV, and the money not half yet. And it's still growing.
Beautiful.
So them, yeah, man, love it, I love it. And then I said that, and I also talking to like people who think about people who you might have listened to BrickTalk last year, December, just last month. And you hear us mention Trans Jamaica, and you think, oh, boy, I miss it. From that point last year till right now, when you heard me, Trans Jamaica has grown another 40%. So if you put in 100 grand, you'd get 140 grand between 4 weeks ago and now. It's never done. It's never over. Right? As long as the thing is listed, there's always a chance for more. And I'm not saying to buy it like a chance, like it's not lotto, it's not cash pot, right? But it is much.
We're not even really saying Trans Jamaica. It's just the idea of the stock.
Exactly.
Stock. It's just at this point, it had a history before, and
it's going to continue.
It's going to have a future. So you have to choose whether or not you're going to join the thing there, and you can't look at, boy, it did so well before. No, as it's so funny. People use the same thing for two different decisions. It did so well before. No, I won't buy anymore. It did so well before. More. This must be a great stock. I'm gonna buy. Neither of those things neither of those really tell you say, neither of those things should be the decision you make on that basis.
Correct.
That shouldn't be the boy. The thing is a past performance situation of you should be looking at that as, oh yeah, man, I'm going to make this decision based on, the stock did really well. There are many stocks that did really well, and then there's nothing in front, and there's many stocks that did really badly, and there's a lot in front of it. So but the idea that, yeah, man, Trans Jamaica is doing well, I'm here, everybody ain't past me, man, boy, I'm a wish me did buy it, and then and then every single month you wish I did buy it because every single month you do it better. And that's something for the last couple of years, because every meet them look on Trans Jamaica, it's doing something else, and them wish them did buy it.
Bro, you know where I first bought Trans Jamaica? You know where I first bought it?
Where at?
$1.21.
Woo!
And you know where I last bought it?
Where?
$6.40.
Word.
Money.
Yeah. Banking. And yo, again, I think I always have to mention this in a moment like this, like when you mentioned that Shay, people make some of these excuses for themselves. You mentioned Shay about the DCA, and I should show it because one shout out to, I think it was Narco Green who pointed it out this week, and I didn't show it before. I'll show it now, where it is like, don't tell yourself it's a rich people thing, it's an everybody thing. If you, I'll show it. If you were saving 30 grand every month from 2020 till now, so the start of 2020 till now, you have a little over 2 million, right? And if you were instead putting 30 grand every month into Trans Jamaica, let's use the popular broker, from the start of 2020 till now, I think it's 7 million, or is it 8 million? 30 grand every month. Yeah, if you're saving, it's a little over 2 million you'd have. If you put it under your mattress, you have a little over 2 million under your mattress. If you were putting it in Trans Jamaica shares, those shares would right now be worth 7.39 million, call it 7.4 million. And on top of that, you'd have gotten 637,000 in dividends.
Wow.
Put together, that's that's 8.1 million. And that's if you're not reinvesting the dividends. That's what Narco Green did. He had asked for this. So if you reinvest the dividends, you would actually have
Or
right now
do
9.1
10
million.
grand. Do 10
Jesus.
grand because people might say, why am I not have 30 grand to do
All right, if you
every
have
month?
30 grand, you have 10 grand.
Any money,
Any money,
same
yeah.
factor.
If
Any
you have
money
$1, yeah.
No, man, I want them to hear the figures.
More than the money you did have. The more
Yeah.
money you would have.
Yeah, if you're reinvesting the dividends, you'd have $9.85 million.
Wow.
But you'd have $9.1 million in Transjamaica shares now, and you'd have gotten 724,000 in dividends. And
That's crazy.
there's a dividend coming up soon. It don't take a
Yes.
yo. If you listen to BrickTalk,
that dividend that people are going to be very excited about, like it's never happened before.
I hope so. Like if you remember BrickTalk in December, as I know, and I said like, yo, Transjamaica is easiest to predict. Yeah, it's easiest to predict. You know, second week of January, everybody's gonna rush it. Second week of January to end of January, it's gonna be the biggest thing. Even I never buy none, but hey, congrats to the people who did, boy. And like you said, Shay, let me do it for 10 grand because you said people might not have 30 grand. That's fine if you don't have 30 grand.
What I don't want is I don't want people to be like, who has 30 grand to just put somewhere every month? You understand?
Right. Yes.
So, all right, then.
People are very creative about missing the point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. So, yo, if you did 10 grand, you would have been putting away almost $1 million, 947 grand. Well, this includes if you had bought it, right? So, if you did 10 grand, if you're just putting away 10 grand every month, that's what, 79? Wow, 790. Yeah, 940, call it 950 grand is what you'd have had. But if you're buying 10 grand worth of Transjamaica every month, well, in this case, we're looking at the last day of the month, you would currently have shares worth 3 million. And you'd have gotten dividends of 241,000.
10 grand.
And that's 10 grand. And this is with reinvesting the dividends. It's low if you didn't reinvest the dividends. So you'd have 2.5 million and you'd have gotten 200 and odd grand. But if you can only afford 10 grand, having $2.5 million in shares is a world-changing thing. And I know that personally. So yeah, that's an amazing thing. Yeah, exactly.
Just start.
Any money, just start. You have it exactly right. Just actually start. And again, like Danai said, to just support that point, it's not just Transjamaica. It's just that Transjamaica is an easy example and is the widest held stock. So if you can do more than 10 grand, I like to look at 30 grand example. 30 grand, you'd have 9.odd million now. I don't know anybody who can use 9.odd million right now. And this is from 2020 till now. So hey, I can't overstate how awesome that would be. Yo, if the like think about where you'd be now if you put in 30 grand down every month, right? If the next dividend, always Transjamaica's last dividend. I think their last dividend was
Q4 last year.
It's the amount I'm thinking of.
Oh.
10 cents or something. 10.1 or something like that. So.
Say that again?
I think it was about 10 cents.
10 cents?
After the tax, I think.
No, it was 12.9. Oh, after tax, it might have been that.
After tax.
Yeah, I can't think. So let's say 12.92 cents. And 12.92 cents. Wow. Oh, yeah. So if it's 12.92 cents, right? You would right now, you'd have 1,407,770 shares. So the 12.92 cents in dividends would mean that you'd be getting, remember this person can only put on 30 grand a month, you know. He said if the next dividend coming, if it was the same like the last dividend, that dividend after tax would mean that you'd be getting $154,000, 601.
Oh God, man.
Bro, we're not an excuse.
No, excuse,
$9 million at the bank. and you have a check coming your way or a transfer. No check.
No
Transfer.
check.
Yeah, well, unless you're really, really rich, right? They said you saw the article say that Michael Leachin paid his bill with a check, and and that the people who, it's supposed to be paid out to the bondholders. So the bondholders come, the people paying out to the bondholders say that, some got paid, but some have not been paid yet. Not because the money hasn't paid, but because because of using the NCB banking system. So it's been a bit slow.
That's
I thought
hilarious.
that was funny. I said,
bro. John, money.
yeah, man.
Wow.
And I like that. I like it said pay by check. How you mean? If I'm my bank, may I pay by check too? I pay for the NCB check too. But them gotta go cash it. Plus check,
Take
I
it to
think.
the
Plus,
bank.
plus, as I said, we did advanced girl last night, and her joke. I said, I think check have the highest fee too. So yeah, if I have to pay this much money, go on my bank, or cash it. Come up, I get back something out of this.
I'm gonna leave it so.
Yeah. I'm from the States.
Yeah, boy. It's been a hell of a January. Yeah, whether you're short term,
Yeah.
whether you're long term, it's been a hell of a month so far. A nice start to the month. A nice start to the year, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, man, wonderful. Like I said, people, you want to ask a question, you want to talk about nothing, it's a great chance for you to do it. Send a speaking request and we'll talk about whatever you have in mind to speak about. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah, send a speaking request on Twitter.
Double up in the top 10 USD and JMD back to back.
Yo, so
Wow.
that is wild, right? I mean, outside of the 9 million business, anybody can get to the 9 million, but yeah, that's kind of strong. Like, there's not an investment out there you can put your US dollars in and get 39%. Where's in a month? In 4 weeks, 39%.
That's
yeah. There's no investment you put in, you're getting 39% in a year on the US dollar. This is in a month. And AS Bride in USD is even higher.
Yeah.
Yo, is the USD market of the JSC like one of the little hidden gems? Even more of a little hidden gem?
Yeah. Yes, but I think it's just, in truth, it's not as accessible. Just on one is USD, and not everybody they have the thing there, but they have a bank. They can. That shouldn't be a hurdle they can't overcome. But also the thing that like the activity there is, which is the funny thing, it goes two ways, right? I would say the activity there isn't as high, but that's largely because people aren't over there. So the thing that will deter people from there is the thing that's causing it.
I get you.
That makes sense.
So if more people go there, then it will have more activity.
But then, I mean,
but
also
the thing that will keep it out is that less activity.
Right. So when people go there, we'll see the effect of them being there. Yeah, exactly. However, I don't know that you said like the accessibility. It is pretty accessible though, because for a lot of the securities there, you can buy it in JMD and then it's available in USD. And I think that's just something that's not known.
But then the thing is that it's at the same activity situation. Do you always have a buyer when you want your money? Or not? I mean, you don't always have a buyer on the JMD that, but it was more likely that you'll find a buyer at the find a buyer within certain ranges on the JMD side.
That's a good point. Well, let's look at like Trans Jamaica, the most popular one, right? For the month of January, let's put some data to this. So for the month of January, Trans Jamaica had volume traded of 152 million, and on the USD side 13.3 million. So yeah, it's smaller, at least volume wise. Volume is a bit of a misnomer, but it's not the right thing in my view to measure activity against. So the trades, 595 trades versus 7,954. So you're right, but it's not like you don't trade.
But the thing is, when I look at Trans Jamaica specifically,
yeah,
like there's a lot going on here on the trying to make a USD, but then that's trying to make a USD for everybody else.
True.
Which is a part of why it's so impressive to me that both of them are here, because I see the level of activity on the trying to make a USD. It's giving a true strong market for somebody that actually wants to play on the USD side.
Yes.
True.
That is true.
Matter of fact, let me look at this. Looking at all of the volumes
USD
traded.
listed.
Not all across all markets, just to see which ones are USD. Or let me not go volumes traded. Looking at the number of trades for January.
It's a lot of trades.
Trans-Jamaica is
USD is up there.
Well, it's Trans-Jamaica USD that's up there.
Yeah, it's Trans-Jamaica USD is up there. But then everybody else with them there.
Yeah, you gotta go further down. But proven USD is the next one, and that's number 66 in the list.
And how much is stuff?
133.
All right.
And MJE is in USD. SCI USD, although it's not quite the same, 100 trades, and SIL USD 44, and then of course we don't need to.
But then, I think I look at that and I think that's good. If that's just on the thing there, like that's 3-4 companies that actually have that have total trades that match a lot of or compete strongly with a lot of the other rest of the market. That's interesting. That's really telling me that there's a lot more trades happening on USD side than one people know and than before.
Yes. Yeah. It's quietly. You remember we said at this. I don't know how long ago it
more
was.
Than once, bro. We said it more than once.
Yeah. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen over time. And it's starting to happen now. And I think that's it. As when more people know, because Jamaicans said USD, they love the idea of USD.
Yeah, man. So, I still hear it. Oh, should I change the money to USD and just make it sit down, and or can I find something in USD?
It's wild when people still do that.
The thing I use to break a lot of that is I show them what the USD rate has been in somewhat recent times. For the last 10 years, USD has not really done what people think it has.
Yeah, I said that I grow. When I do grow, I teach that, and I tell them, I say it and I preface it that I know it's Jamaican blasphemy because they don't want to hear nothing about the idea.
Also on returns basis, those investing in USD, check. If USD is like 160 something right now, right? So a good benchmark is, when it was 100. If you were to buy USD at 100,
oh God, of course,
for it to make 60%, between now and then it would have made 60%. Check when the USD was actually at 100.
Years and years and years and years.
How long it was.
Yeah, and also the economy is slow. Yeah, the economy is slow.
You could buy a government paper and be better off reinvesting that money.
And it's not quite
USD.
And it's not quite the same, right? That's not a true measure. Buying the USD when it was 100 to 1 and selling it now when it's 160 to 1. I don't know that's not a true 60%. When you
what do you mean?
Yeah, of course. Yes, if I buy it when it's at 100 and I wait how much is more than 10 years for it to get to 160 and I sell it. Yes, mathematically it is 160 to 1. But it's not
years and years.
No, not just the years, not just the years. It's not. When you consider inflation and all that, like it's not.
I think I read it, but I wouldn't consider inflation because it would be the same as me buying a stock and then selling it back and looking. So I'm looking at so I wouldn't factor inflation in because either way, inflation would already be measured in comparable investments.
Well, you're right.
So inflation is the value of cash. It isn't the nominal value of the cash. It's the real value. So it's not measured by the percentage return in that way.
True.
In that way, it's purchasing power. That's actually looking at. So it's not measured by if this is 100, if $1 is 100 in a foreign currency versus something there, or if this money in this currency, if I have more of it after I convert back to this currency, it wouldn't measure inflation either. So it gets normalized in comparison to that. That's true.
I guess I'm wrong there. There's something there though. I need to figure it out.
No. It's very true that if you look at why you look at inflation very strongly and why. That's a good conversation. Even within this, you have to look at inflation because, like, even on our side and all, so equity, we don't get to not look at inflation. The whole reason why we invest is around beating inflation.
Correct.
I want to have more money. So truly, I want to have more cash than the value of my cash has eroded. So if I get 60% in a year and inflation was 7% for the year, ugly numbers as always, it's 7% for the year, then at the end of the year, I have more. I can that money can buy more things than if it just sat there. If I had $100 and it became 160, I'm good. I'm better off than if I had $100 at the start of the year and $100 at the end of the year, because $100 can buy less than it could buy at the start of the year. The 160 can for sure buy more than 107. That 107, or that wouldn't be 107 exactly. But if you get me, I was fine.
Yeah, but right.
Because it's in there. The idea is the same dollar can buy less, so the dollar can afford less goods.
Yes,
services,
which is the inflation
in society.
Yeah.
So the idea is you want to have you want to have more. You want it to be that if $100 can buy
100 things, yeah.
If you're going to buy a party, at the end of the year, the $100 can buy the party. So you want it to be that at least my $100 at the start of the year, whatever I do with it over the year, when I get it back, if it's 110, it's $110 for a party or less.
Yes.
It's 110. It's parties at 110 or less.
Yes.
So the thing I did with my money made my money value, the cash in my pocket value more than the
eroding
loss
power
of goods, eroding value of the cash.
Which is another reason why stocks is such a cheat code, because you are buying the thing that is
in there.
Producing the inflation.
Exactly.
You are buying inflation. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is that's a cheat code for the true long termers that you should know. If you stocks is I don't think anything else. I don't think there's anything else that allows you to do that. Is there? Unless you find some specific investment that is inflation tied.
Yeah, and also the thing that in stocks you're targeting it more directly, because you're going along the lines of producers. So you're going along the line of, okay, this thing is it's something that when inflation is affecting the value, this is the inflation.
Exactly. You are buying
a
inflation.
Party company. Yeah, if I buy the party company, I am the thing that is making. I am the guy. I am owning the thing that is charging more for parties.
Exactly. When the economists come, kill the knife first, right? Don't kill me. Kill him first.
If you're buying a bond, then the idea is you would like that the value, the return you get from the debt around that would beat inflation. So it can be the case where we've seen it many times where, not just, outside of just bonds, just interest rates are not keeping up in a certain way with inflation. And then imagine you lend out some money at the start of the year, interest rates inflation do its thing, interest rates do its thing, and then you check it, boy, the interest I was charging this guy, so I must pay him back at the end of the year, does never beat inflation. In many cases, make it, I'll go back to him halfway through the year and say, boy, inflation up in on bars, so guess what? You have to give him more money at the end of the year. It don't work so.
Yeah, but separate can. GK can.
And interest rate, that's the government doing that. The government said, boy, inflation look a certain way, so we are going to do, we have to adjust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it really puts you in the driver's seat. Yeah, that's actually a very, very interesting point. Do you think about that when you invest in at all, Shay?
Yes, but not a lot. It's just in the back of my mind, kind of.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't focus much on it. But it has to be like, if you're serious about investing, you have to. It has to be somewhere in there.
It has exactly that. It has to be.
surprised if it's not.
It's not something you think at the start at the front. We also you do think about it because that's the reason you
Yeah,
want more money, right? You
but you
want
have
to
to.
afford
Yeah,
more.
you have to. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's
yeah,
why
for,
savings
for
account
anybody
get good
listening,
out.
yeah, or watching or wondering, for last year, if you made less than was it 4.5? You made less than 4.5% last year, then you made less than
You didn't make any
inflation.
money.
Yeah, you have to have made at least 4.5%. Which in the right stock, that's nothing, right? Or if you own Trans Jamaica, if all your
Mm-hmm.
savings was in Trans Jamaica, you beat inflation
I
into the
know
ground.
somebody getting about, I think, a 4%. Pretty sure it's 4 point some %
And
he's
it's
getting
also a good,
per year for a
a good.
fixed thing.
Mm-hmm.
And why trying to explain said that don't make no sense, because it's hard to explain to somebody that that don't make no sense if them left it for 5 years and go back and it's more money.
That's
So
true.
when I say, oh, that don't make no sense, what you're doing, that doesn't make any sense. But
Mm-hmm.
it's more money. I put this amount in there and now I have this amount.
Yeah, you have to find a real way to put it to them, or just put a thing to them for bigger numbers. How much years do you have to put in to get that 4% or 4 and whatever percent?
Oh no, man, it's like four per year.
4% per year
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
for how many years?
Oh, he's had that money in there since when, that, like maybe 2016 or something. It
Mm-mm.
was like a ridiculously long time. So
Mm-hmm,
of
mm-hmm.
course it's more money, but you
But
have
yeah,
this
yeah.
kind of cash just sitting there.
Yeah, yeah, and it ain't just sitting. Best believe the banks,
Well, yeah.
the banks are making really good use of it for you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, for them, not for you,
Mm-hmm.
for them. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Are you guys audio sound weird? Nobody audio doing anything?
Sometimes,
You guys
No.
sound so chipping and out. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Sometimes I'm getting that.
It's
Like I
been that
hear a
for
little
a
click
good while
thing.
now for me. I
Oh,
hear
I
I'm
don't.
hearing
popping
a
so when you
little
guys speak.
clicking thing on and off.
But I hear it for shade. Randy, speak.
No, I. It's good on my
Yeah,
side.
you too. You too. You
For
too.
me too.
I don't know. Okay, I'll get restart the thing there. The
All right.
earphone and say hopefully it works.
All right. Anybody want to join? Anybody have any questions about any stocks? Anybody care about anything like that? Send a speaking request. Send a speaking request. I will talk about it. And of course, to the people on, Shay, you have any questions you want to ask? Anything early or anything top of mind? Or anything that stood out for you in the month of January, other than the top?
Uh, Let me see. Like a bunch of things happened. I mean, the culture rum thing happened.
Kintyre, the lowest
Yeah.
stock on the market. Yeah, lowest stock on the market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's funny. We're talking about this before we started. I saying just the prep, and then I pointed out. So Whipped was the number one stock for the month, and it was also the number one stock for the year. I would talk about a lot of the winners. The losers are also there, right? If you flip the
Mm-hmm.
list, the number one loser for the year, Kintyre, not for the year. Sorry,
For the
for the
year
for
so
the
far, year
month.
to
For the
date.
month. So yeah,
Okay.
give up
Yeah.
all of the gains. Not all of the gains, but it's giving up a crap load of the gains that it had given us in December. So 1 month up, 1 month
Mm-hmm.
down. Um, down back to 46. But throughout this time, boy, like you said, the amount of it's like every week there's an announcement. Tyrone drops something else. Culture rum. What the next thing? Miracle. Uh what I even forgetting them. Real estate.
Yeah. That
Wally
one I don't understand, but okay.
which one?
Real estate.
The latest real estate notice.
Yeah. No, man,
Well,
I mean just the direction.
what you mean?
But cool. I mean, I don't have market research and all that. Um,
You like everybody else know. I won't say everything there is to know about real estate, but you know a whole lot. Like you know a whole lot. And not
bro,
that there
I'm just
isn't
looking
depth
at the
there
other
and
people who
things.
have done real estate, other companies
Mm-hmm.
who have been like, yeah, man, we have this great idea.
Mm-hmm.
to build apartments and sell or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Right? So in my head, I'm just wondering about that. But like I
I'm gonna restart
said,
the space for me. Huh? Okay,
All
refresh
right.
it.
Yeah, man,
Hold
no
on.
problem.
all right.
Yeah, go ahead, Shay.
I mean, never really understand the direction there, but okay.
I don't know. I mean, Tyrone is probably who best to come explain it. But I mean, I have my own thoughts. I figure what it is. Just like you, I've been very vocally skeptical about. I've been very vocally skeptical about real estate for a long time in terms of it being a growth mechanic for most companies on the market. Again, not that it cannot be,
Mm-hmm.
not that it can't be,
Mm-hmm.
but very, very few companies do it and do it well and do it realistically. And funny enough, the ones that do it well, you rarely ever hear about them. Like every week I'm here, I'm telling people send a speaking request. And one of the things, there's some companies out there that if the right, not the right person, if anybody comes on and asks about it, I have a little list in my head I tick off. Yes, I'm excited, and they'd hear so much. I try and get them so much. There's some companies out there that no one ever asks about. Sometimes I mention them. Nobody, well, I never know that. Nobody knows it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in the case of Kinta, I mean, laugh. I remember I said to him being Tyrone a couple of years back, say, yeah, get them some real estate then. Why not? The market, like, as Jamaicans, we like the idea of real estate much more
Yeah.
than the reality of real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we really like the idea of real estate.
Yeah.
But the business of real estate, as you've pointed out, is not quite the same for everybody, right? It's a little different, and it requires a lot of money. That's the truth. It requires yeah, it requires a lot of money. What I've said in the past is that real estate is like jewelry. It requires, rich people have it, and we tend to think that, okay, if you have real estate, you're rich, and it's not that it's not true. It's true. It's just that if you, like I said, it's like jewelry. People tend to think, I'll do the real estate and it'll make me rich, and not that you can't get rich there, but it's more like if you're already rich, then you can go into real estate and get richer. It's one of those things that require, it's like horse racing. That's what I see it like. I see it like horse racing. You can make money in horse racing, but you kind of have to have the money already, right? Then you can make more. If your plan is to go into horse racing as a poor
To
person,
get rich.
yeah, man, yeah, it have a little bit of a moat, right? The moat is money. Um, yeah, that's just how I see it. And so I see what Tyrone is doing here with real estate, and there can be something there, but you need somebody else to care about it. You need somebody else to care and find value in the real estate. Now, granted, the banks love the idea of real estate. Even if them hating, they might lend him money against that. But
That makes sense.
yeah, and of course, it's great for the books. It allows these wonderful
Mm-hmm.
bits of paper profit. We revalue
Yeah.
the latest announcement about
Yeah, man.
Bengal Beach and the chalet and getting it all revalued. You know what this means. Initially approved for 8 units, but now it's expanded to 26 units, 16 bedrooms, 10 two-bedrooms, and all approvals coming in from the center and municipal. You know what that really means. So that really means is that, when you ask for it to be revalued, it can it can,
Yep.
yeah, man, if it did value 100 million before, it valued
Mm-hmm.
155 million now, boy.
Yep.
And that extra 155 million counts as profit on the profit line, but you can't pay out the real estate as a dividend. You can't turn it into cash quite as easily. So I'm not knocking it. There's something there, but it take a whole lot. The very few real estate companies on the market are successful in the way people think. And the ones that are successful, like I say, I'm always looking out for people to ask about it or mention it. They very rarely ever do. I think we have, usual friend of the show, Phil on, and I
Bill
think also
Briggs.
Dana is back. Okay, Dana, you can hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
And
Sorry,
it's
it was
Yo.
the site.
okay.
What's good, Phil? Sarah, Phil.
All is all is well. Yeah, mama
We
there,
say,
mama
we say, we
there.
say
Me
funds.
hear
We say what's good, Phil? Say funds just now.
you. No, mama. I try answer the call for some what I perceive as successful real estate companies on the market, you know.
Oh, word. Let's hear it.
We had a nice
Yeah.
notice this morning
From a successful real estate company.
from what I would consider a successful real estate
Which one
company
was it?
that does real estate well, you know.
Which one was it?
It was dropped by well, two listed companies were associated with the notice. I believe
Mhm.
one of them does real estate very well. It was dropped by it's news about Hambani Estate.
Okay. Okay. So that's on the first rock. All right, let's hear this.
It's on the first rock, but I see I see Mayberry as a very as one of those silently successful real estate companies.
Uh yeah, that Cherry Hill stuff seemed to work pretty well, right?
Hmm.
Seemed to work pretty well, but
Well, I
nobody
think
that's not even
Cherry
well
Hill,
known.
Chalmers.
people don't really
Was it Cherry Hill or
chat.
Chalmers? Which one?
Chalmers. I know Chalmers. I think I also say Cherry Hill with the Musson. I don't know. I think of Mayberry might be that, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm crossing my lines in my mind, but I know Chalmers was Musson and
Yeah,
Mayberry.
man. Cherry Hill is the joint venture, and
Yes.
Chalmers is
All right.
one of their projects.
I see. I
That's
see. I
my
see.
understanding.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. I said it just from it came from the mental
Memory.
model. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this. So the first Hambani doesn't fall under that under Cherry Hill, to my understanding. I haven't seen a audited report since they announced that they are a partner. But Hambani comes under they had some funding agreement. They took over the funding, or they were hired to take over the funding
Mm-hmm.
from Sagicor. They paid a promissory note. That's my
Yes.
understanding.
Yeah, just to give people some backgrounds, I think last year the first rock was in a little bit of a squeeze. Sagicor started some proceedings on them around debt. First rock obviously went and sought funding, got into a partnership with Mayberry, and Mayberry seemed to have helped them with the funding to get out of that situation with Sagicor. And now this notice that you're speaking about, funny enough, is from it's as you see me looking on the first rock page for it, and it's not there
It's
on
not
my
there,
money.
right?
It's not there because the notice is actually from Mayberry. So the
Yeah.
press release says, even I saw the headline, but I didn't read it. So let me just bring everybody up to speed, Phil, to where you
Yeah,
are.
man.
Hambani Estate, I won't be reading the whole thing, by the way, everybody. You can go and check it out for yourselves. I'll put the link in the chat. But the I'll just give the gist. So Hambani Estates reaches key construction milestone with the completion of 3 additional luxury homes, right? Mayberry is pleased to announce that the successful completion of 3 additional luxury residential homes at Hambani, the prestigious gated community located at 1 to 3 Bamboo Avenue. So now you know where it is. All 3 homes are now under sale contracts, with the remaining units projected to be delivered by May 2026, ahead of the original June 2026 completion deadline. What? The new Jamaica?
Mm.
Things being done, construction being done ahead of schedule.
Ahead of what?
Did they use Chinese labor? All right. As part of Mayberry's ongoing support for Hambani Estates development, Mayberry structured and arranged a corporate note for First Rock and its subsidiary, the development company, which enabled the full repayment of all obligations to Sagicor, and it allowed them to exit the receivership that they were in with Sagicor in relation to the same project. And then it speaks about Hambani. You have 1 or 2 little PR points from the CEOs of both points. But the point is that the Hambani project up and running.
Up and running and
Yeah, three units, three
close
more
to
units done,
completion. Three more
and
units done on under
under
sale
sale.
agreement.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What that mean?
Love them.
Under contract. What that really mean?
Under contract mean that
Somebody step forward, no so.
it
And say
doesn't mean that the sale is complete.
they just mean
Can
that
tell him more.
somebody's interested, like seriously interested, and say, yeah, I actually want this.
Word. Huh. Okay.
See
I
if
mean,
money
hey,
pass.
good
May or may
news.
not mean that money already passed.
Yeah, good news. Good news. So anyway, I just said that to give context to your point, Phil. What were you saying now? So now everybody knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I think I just wanted to support that idea that there are companies on the market and certainly Mayberry I think is one that is not necessarily seen or recognized for its prowess in making money off real estate, but I think that they do.
Well,
And
in this case, they have, right?
in this case, they've that corporate note that they would have
Structured.
structured is not free, and they've, if what they say is right, they seem to be well on their way completed monetization of that project.
And so, not with that in mind, maybe it's not so surprising. Maybe it's not so surprising then, with that in mind, that First Rock is one of the First Rock USD is one of the top movers for January, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's no surprise. With it rising 19.7% for the month. Yeah. And specifically the USD side of things. And First Rock is not one of those companies where you can go USD, JMD. So the two, although I don't know why. You think that there would be.
Yeah. Was there any USD JMD conversion? Actually, wait, we can actually do the proper do the intertradability before First Rock listed. Because I remember Cygnus, but they did it wrongly, and then I think First Rock came after, but I don't think it was in there. I don't think it anywhere in place yet.
Oh.
I don't think I'd have to check.
So,
and I think that First Rock has a weird thing where
which ones are interchangeable? And Transjamaica?
Proven
was before them.
Which would have been before all of these.
Well, I don't know if Proven was interchangeable before all of these.
That's what I was going to say next.
Yeah.
I think there came a day where some people became properly interchangeable.
Yeah, 6 of them are interchangeable.
And also remember, our First Rock, is it the same class of shares? Is it the same company? That's
so I don't. It is the same company.
I think it's the same class.
But they do differ, the USD and the JMD, and they count them differently, which I think is strange.
I think that where it matters. That's where it matters. Trading the same shares versus trading different classes of shares are different things.
Correct. But then I don't understand Cygnus.
Why?
But it's kind of the same, yeah. But I don't understand Cygnus.
Again, they did it wrongly. Cygnus tried it and it never happened. So I want to know why it never happened properly, or I want to know if know that things are intertradable. Why hasn't Cygnus gone to that?
I wonder, because Cygnus lists SRF, USD, and JMD after that, and those are also not interchangeable.
Yes, I truly wonder.
So at one point, I wondered, and this was back when Dr. Nigel Clark was finance minister, I wondered about specific USD protections, meaning like for, I want to go into that. I just wondered if it was a deliberate thing to maybe not allow it, or to allow it or to not allow it at the time. And just like you always wonder, all kinds of things can be done if you have that. And for people, I don't think that's even a bad thing. Like for anybody listening, one of the great things is that, like, here, okay, let me bring it down to a single point, which I don't know that people know. Transjamaica is the most, I think it's the most widely owned stock on the market. Certainly, it's the most heavily traded and it's the most
Traded.
popular. And I don't think that most retail investors know that their Transjamaica JMD shares can be sold as USD. So I'll say it now if you're listening.
Yeah, I don't
Every
know if they
single,
know.
I don't think so. You'd be very
I don't
surprised.
Like
think so.
most people.
Maybe we see the cues. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's true. Think about it, Shay. Jamaicans love US
Yeah,
dollars,
Love US.
and it is the
that's true.
most heavily owned stock, and it's the most traded stock, and yet you don't see them doing it a lot. And
You will see opportunity on the USD side that's not available on the JME side,
That's
and people
true.
and you will sit down and say, okay, you can even sometimes have time to get up and buy one and sell it.
I mean,
Because
I've done that. They look at arbitrage between the two of them, but I know for a fact that most investors, I don't say a fact, but when I talk to regular people, I think I talk a lot to the regular people who touch the market, but or want to touch the market, but don't know about it. They're always surprised to find out that your Trans Jamaica shares that you have, you can sell them as Trans Jamaica USD. All right.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know. Well, especially for Trans Jamaica, I don't think because their shareholder base is so large. I just don't see that in the USQ.
yes,
I don't see that in the
I would
USQ.
expect to see thing there.
Yeah.
Maybe not consider for sale.
No, well, obviously there are some of them selling. A lot of
I
them
know.
selling. Yeah, they're just not. I don't know. They're just not. For some reason, they're just not. I think they just don't know, and I think this is part of the. Hey, if there's one thing we can help you with this evening, if you don't, you send a speaking request, we can talk to you about some stuff. But if you don't send a speaking request, say you want some knowledge, here's some knowledge. Your Trans Jamaica shares can be sold as Trans Jamaica USD, which means the shares that you bought in JMD can be sold, and you can
Yeah,
get
man, you can.
USD
Yeah.
Get a USD in your hand when
in
you
your
cash out to
hand.
them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or to your account, whichever way you want to put it. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a wonderful thing, and just like Trans Jamaica, by the way, JMD, Trans Jamaica USD also is obviously it's a much smaller trading, but it is the most traded thing on the USD market, and it is far and away from like number two. So like on number one, the most traded stock on the non-USD side is Trans Jamaica, and then the number two, like if Trans Jamaica is 7,000 odd trades, number two is like maybe 2,000 or 3,000, right? So it's not close. On the JMD side, on the USD side, it's kind of the same thing. 750 for the USD, 750 in terms of trades, and let me not even guess. Let's just see it. 595 for the USD. Number two is proven USD at 133. So it is big in its class. Exactly. But the same exact stock on the JMD side has 7,000 odd. Yeah, I know most people don't know that that's an easy way to get US dollars. Yeah, man. In fact, it's an easy way to get into the USD trading where you just sell the same shares as USD. So yeah, a little bit of knowledge for you in case you never know.
Just in case.
Yeah. Phil, I don't know if we're gone way past your point, but yeah, you're saying
True that.
It's a good,
as usual.
it's a good condo.
So
Yeah.
you Phil, you had started it by talking about your well, you had made that point because we'd spoken about iCrit, sorry, Kintyre. Yeah. So
That's funny. Maybe I made that error today, this year too.
did
This
they?
week.
Did they?
Well, it's not there anymore.
If I remember the error was the mix up the J, what was it? I think it was a GK.
The mix up the GK notice. The Kintyre notice.
Correct, yeah. But did they actually say iCrit?
Kintyre.
No, sorry, they said Kintyre.
They said Kintyre, yeah,
about thing there. Yeah. So.
But it's funny we were talking about Mayberry and then they mentioned they gotten into your head.
Kintyre finally boss. They found the milking cow.
The milking cow.
Well, have they?
Cat. Sorry.
Have they actually found anything? like that? Meaning, well, I'm thinking cash. Have they
No,
found anything to give actual non-reval profit and cash in hands?
I don't know. Visual vibe and thing there, and bold, and whatever. If the miracle sound like how it actually is, then there are
Right.
good possibilities there.
Yeah.
What it sound
Yeah,
like to you?
no, if miracle is how it actually sounds, if miracle actually is how it sounds, with
How it sounds.
so like possible distribution agreement of of established brands. So if that is the case, then
But distribution companies aren't very.
aren't so cashy, aren't they? Eh?
Yeah, no, they're not. They're
Well,
not profitable. It's very easy.
they're not very
Uh-huh.
profitable. Yeah.
No,
In a good
actually,
And
distribution
give
company,
a
might
lot of
big
cash
up.
flow.
Good, it's a good look at details.
Yeah.
true. Yeah, they're like 1 or 2%. If they're profitable, a 2%
Margin.
company with 2% margin.
Which was a large part of the thing there. What's my sound is
If
doing
you're
the thing
lucky.
again. It's a large part of the acquisition strategy they were working with. Eh? That's interesting. Look at detail along the same lines of what Kintyre is doing. They have more to work with, more actual cash flowing through the business. But the acquisition strategy largely was both things onto it that within our sphere can give us some good thing there, synergies, as well as actual cash coming in those businesses, and healthier margins are in those businesses than the main line, main distribution line that they have.
Maybe, but I would push back to say detail worked within its vertical, right? CFF,
Working is what?
it worked within its vertical.
Oh, actually, I said not exactly the same, but
Yes,
the thinking is we have a business that has certain problems and we're pulling certain things around it. I can't think
that can support it. And that worked out well for detail. But I think that I feel like the approach was different for detail in that you have to use pallet. You get the opportunity to buy the pallet company. CFF, you touch in some ways many pieces of it through your own distribution business, and so if you get the opportunity, you grab a piece, right? I feel Tyrone's strategy is different with Kintyre, and I'm not knocking it. I think it's a good segue into this. I did Kalila's show this week, and she had mentioned, so she asked a question about if I think that Kintyre is diversifying too much, too diversified. I don't think so, because I don't think that the strategy
I don't think there's
is
a core
same.
there anymore.
Exactly.
What is Kintyre's core at this moment? Meaning
the acquisition
it is not it's not iCreate anymore. It is
exactly.
It's a PE firm.
Exactly, it's a PE firm. Is looking for that. So I expect that the biggest boon. Are you not hearing me?
I will refresh this. I don't know. Twitter is being weird for me tonight, bro.
Okay.
All right. Really? All right, hard refresh and coming, but everybody's can hear me, right? Shay, you hearing me?
Yeah, man.
Fully hearing me?
All good. And I hear Dana well as well. I'm not sure what's happening with his Twitter tonight. Your turn, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's not even hearing that at all. Maybe it's in headset. I don't know if it's your headset, maybe. Dana? I'm definitely not hearing us. But yeah, I don't want to lose the point. Hearing. I was saying that I think,
is it too diversified?
That's what she had asked. She had asked if I think it's too diversified. I don't. You have to think on your feet when you're doing a show like that to answer. But I don't think it's too diversified at all, because it can't be too diversified in that its existence is meant to be supported by the acquisition of different entities. That's what that is its main thing, right? Its thing is to buy companies. In fact, I think one of the obvious biggest boons for it is going to be thanks to we have the minister saying when. So when the junior market is launched, if Kintyre can find a broker or has the micro market, if Kintyre has a broker that's willing to work with them, then they have opportunity upon opportunity, right? Opportunity upon opportunity there with these things. So these brands, and I'm from the school of thought where I don't think a company has to be perfect to list. I don't think a company has even to be good to list. You don't have to be profitable to list. You have a whole heap of opportunities there. So he has all these small entities, questionable and not questionable, whatever, but you can spin them off. You know, people like real estate, whether or not you think that this is exactly like Foster.
I saw. Yeah.
Which is I think looking for the same thing, but I don't think Foster is going to the micro. I think Foster is looking to go straight junior also. Yeah, in fact, I think Foster might be looking to do a continuation of I think Fosrich might be looking to do a continuation of the, how would I put it? A continuation of the same thing that we saw with detail, and maybe I think of what Dana and I spoke about last week or hinted at last week with their talk
I'm
of
sorry for pulling you away from the Kintar. I don't know. I
no,
just
it's
popped in
cool.
the
The
mind.
point is not around Kintai. The point is around what we're talking about.
Yeah,
So this is
man.
good.
Mhm.
Fast Switch is actually a good one. But as you mentioned it, yeah, I think that they've spoken about what? Spinning off the solar business.
Mhm.
And I mean, I don't know how I mean, I think they're going to. I think it's obvious. But I don't think they're going to go micro market. I think they're going to go junior market one
I
time.
don't think micro is going to make sense for them because
Yeah.
I think they're going to need more money.
And then they already said them pulling $1 billion in revenue.
Yeah, so them are gonna need more money than
So
that.
So
them not ask for no 250
No,
million valuation.
no.
yeah, billion revenue. So they will go to full 750 also.
Who knows? Probably, but yeah, I don't micro market very much.
Well, you
And
don't
the
micro
first
market. Oh, you
list.
mean don't micro market for Fosrich?
Yeah, no, that's where they'll go.
Yeah, I think they're
To
looking
be
to go
clear, I do
junior.
not doubt the micro market will be excellent. I don't. To be
I
clear,
don't.
And you say Randy say it's a very similar vein as the detail woodcuts. I even wonder, I think them see it and say, wait there.
I suspect so.
Or them know
right?
about it or them hear about it before and say, wait there.
I
What year
suspect
did
so.
first list?
It's a good question. Let's see on my money, JA. Yeah, so Fosrich had their listing 2017, late
Look at
2017.
that.
Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Time come.
Randy,
Long
did
time.
you make
yeah.
calls
It's
after last week? Did you make some calls on Saturday
For what?
about that thing we talked about on Brick Talk last week? That was last week, wasn't it?
Randy same thing there. He walk out for me.
No, man. Well, yeah. Yeah, man. I
Afraid
recall
to
the name
ask
because
what?
I mean, you said it.
I'm afraid to ask what. What were we talking
I'm
about at the
playing with
time?
you, bro.
What were we talking about at the time?
I'm just listening on the thing
Money being left on the table
on the table,
by
and you
junior
say you
market
have
companies.
junior market companies, and you say you have
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's buck ups. Lucky again. Buck ups and see. It's buck ups. And
Look at
nobody.
that 2017 listing in 2026 here. So,
Wow. 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 Wow.
2017.
Wow.
They fully sued on them tax break.
almost there.
Yeah.
Which
Almost
is
done.
another
Yeah.
weird one, Andy. Here we go again. They almost reached them tax break and have a listing
Right
Yep.
away. Right away. Right.
right away. Same so.
Mhm. That's right. In fact, let me see when the detail is.
Earlier. I remember
2016,
27. No, probably 2016, 2015.
2013.
2013.
All right.
You know why I know it before? Or conversations around detail in 2017 when you were talking about the margins, bro. The margins just a beat
I
them.
remember that. I remember
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
because
The
you know what?
razor thin
It's not
margins. Yeah.
something
Razor thin
I ever
margins.
thought about. And then I heard you guys talking about it. And not just them, but other companies in similar business. And I was like,
Hmm.
really? That's it? Because I was just getting into the investment thing, of course.
Hmm.
And you guys were talking about the margins for that kind of business. And I'm like, geez, I don't like that doesn't sound nice to me. That's terrible.
You bring in all this money, I know, see no night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the little things. So when you start learning about investing, you learn about the market, learn about business. When you're doing any of that stuff, everybody in business, oh, the money man, oh, this every
Mm-hmm.
business sound rich. But
Mm-hmm.
when you start understanding some of
Yeah.
these business, you understand that, like just the type of business. Like I say,
Mm-hmm.
we're thinking about the bold brands and the whole idea there.
Hmm.
If it's a distribution business, you're lucky if you have 2%
Mm-hmm.
net profit margins, if any at all, if you're making any profit at
Hmm.
all. And of course, there's certain things then if you understand the business type, how it is that a distribution business makes money, you have to, which could be to going back to Kintyre, could be to their favor. You have to own the brand, you have to own a lot of the manufacturing, and then you can maybe get a better margin on that, right? But a lot of distribution companies are cash flow entities. That's all they really are. Cash flow entities, and you hope
Yes,
to
just
manage a
money
loss
is
certain
passing
way.
through.
Yeah, man. And you
Yeah,
need a
did
bit
they
of a tax rate to
mention
make it make sense.
manufacturing operations, eh?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did
but
Business.
mention
that's I heard.
bottling.
I mean, them not go walking at 2 in the morning. They have to come from somewhere. The easiest, like for me to say, man, is the distribution. I can't see the manufacturing is popping up. So, but we're already talking about people that need money.
No, well, I think they said that they do some amount of bottling, right? They
Who is
mentioned.
they?
I'm still talking Kintyre here, and the bowl brands. The Culture Rum is bottled Beeston Street or downtown.
Downtown
Yeah,
Kingston.
and
So
if you
that
can
may
say that
help a bit
manufacturing,
with margins, but
but
I'm on
also
both.
the
like
language
But
around
even
that, the language
even
around that was
then,
very careful. So I wouldn't bank on the manufacturing actually being included under the thing. Yeah, you can say you've acquired the brand, but then that
yeah,
doesn't mean that you've acquired the actual manufacturing. You could acquire the brand
to
and you
me,
have the
to me, I think
distribution of it.
it's very likely. You have distribution on it, and you do the labeling and the bottling. So you
Because
get a
also
thing
the
that you
owners,
get. You I don't I don't know Tyrell my manufacturing role. Kinta, sorry, it's manufacturing rum, bro.
you know, but if you're
That's
acquiring the
deep leg.
company that already does it, if they acquiring the company already bottles, manufactures and bottles it, which they do, I believe, then you're acquiring that. But I don't believe that that's what's being acquired. I believe maybe the brand and the distribution is being acquired, and then the manufacturing is split out from that, and the manufacturing maybe sells to
That's
the
what I
distributor
believe as well.
to
But
allow the
maybe I'm
manufacturer to make
jumping the gun.
margins and make the money, and that's how you convince those guys to sell it to company. And
Mm-hmm.
if it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing it. I don't know anybody else doing it. So
Do it.
yeah, but you have the price of knowledge there. At least I have the price of knowledge there. When I see those things, I'm not usually blown away or impressed, and I can tell when it's written to try and impress versus to tell the reality. And part of it is marketing and advertising. So hey, you need somebody to be excited about their effort. But I have a voice in my head that's very realistic and knows better. But there's something there. If you can get cash off it, great. And you need cash, you need some real profit, you need some cash. And it'd be great if you can get a listing, which means you'd have to have a broker that you're working with. But if you can line all three of those dots up, maybe something there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you it.
Yeah, we can pull it off. Phil, Bogart point again. I was hoping I would have
no man. No man is
the point is the point. All right, cool. Well, I see we
total.
also have Jerry Mack who joined. What's up, Jerry Mack?
All going.
Nothing
Jerry
much.
Mack. Oh my God.
Sounds to
It's
send
been
me
a
the speaking
while.
request.
Yeah, man, big up. Oh, no, God.
Nothing much. How things
Big
with
up
you?
Jerry.
How
Oh
you?
God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Every
give you a
time.
Christmas. Oh yeah, give you
Why,
please and them thing there.
Jano. Why, I that's still a go on, you know. I get them where I know, take that. I know I met them myself like Randy. I know why that's that side there Randy rub off Pabito.
Yeah. Well, because once you start to see the market certain ways, you always find yourself seeing more than you
Can
can
participate.
touch or will touch. Yeah.
Yeah, man, can't jump on everything at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't never join for say anything specific, but it was time that you and Dana and Shay were talking about detail at the same time, and I think you're forgetting that detail got special consideration when they did their APO to stay on the junior market because of CFF.
I hate that stay on
Boy,
the
Jerry, I
APO
think you missed
point,
last
boy.
night because
Yeah.
Eh?
Stop, brother.
But I could have stay up all night last night. And right now we still a struggle. But feel like I feel so a while ago. I feel so like him still
Yeah,
still
man.
recover from last night.
Back for life.
Boy,
I'm on myself, bro, myself.
Yeah, the advanced girl conversation was something else. Well, you said detail. Ask a detailed question again.
No, I was just making a point that detail. So, I know you're talking about them listing other entities on the junior market and with a comparison with Fostridge, or we expect Fostridge to do something soon. And I was saying that remember detail got some special consideration from the JSE to stay on the junior market.
Yes.
Um,
Something that pissed me off on
yeah, because of
stock.
CFF.
Well, not stay on. I hate that.
Yeah. You're right. Not stay on, but there you go. I think them.
Avoid giving up the tax break.
Yeah,
Well, no, not even
something to
that.
that
There's
extent.
no.
Yeah, because them not a tax break anymore.
Yeah.
But because CFF
No, man,
is their
CFF
yeah, because CFF is their
subsidiary.
Associate.
subsidiary.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Isn't
So
there, is
CFF
there a
would
subsidiary? Yeah.
so CFF would end up losing the tax break because
Should,
if
in
it,
accordance with the rules.
yeah, in accordance with the rules, for them to get some special consideration where that was concerned.
All right. Well, we can jump into that. The rule. What does the rule say? The rule says can't be an associate of a company listed on the main market of any exchange, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the rule says can't break, or at the time can't breach whatever the junior market limit is. At the time it was 500 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
The rule does not say that when you breach it, you have to go to the main market. It just says you lose a tax break. The tax break isn't from the exchange, it's from the government, right?
Yeah.
And the law says follow the rules, and the rule says can't be an associate of any company on the main market. So you just stay on the junior market. There are loads of companies on the junior market that don't have the tax break.
Yeah, just stay away, so
So
no
there
tax
is,
break. So
yeah,
you not break the law and you not break no rule.
Through multiple methods, eh?
yeah. So there's no. I wonder about that. It's one of those things where I think there's something else in there that's not being said, and instead of the thing that's not being said, we have heard something that sound good but don't go so, and nobody questions it. Cause
Yeah, and I mean, at one point, didn't I create before the transition to Kinta put out a notice that because them no longer meet this particular junior market rule, I'm looking to graduate to the main market.
I mean, iCreate has put out a
Which
lot.
junior market? Which
A
rule
lot.
exactly? Which rule exactly?
A lot
No,
of notices, boy.
Dana. I'm just trying to remember the notice, word for word, you know.
Yeah, they
I
did have
remember. I
a.
remember some of the stories that Jimmy.
Yeah,
But
because
I think the rule was the share capital, right?
yeah, the share
Yeah,
capital.
they diluted with all of the issues that all of the dilution that they've gone through. They broke long ago.
The 500
The
limit.
500 and
To 750 now.
funny enough, they also broke the 750.
Yeah.
Ah, boy.
So, I wonder if in any Randy and Tyron's conversation, Randy reminded Tyron that the rule say you lose the tax break.
No, I don't. I've
Not
never
get
spoken to him about that.
not get kicked off the junior market because I mean I created Kinta is still on the junior.
Well,
And this is what probably 2 or 3 years now.
this notice was from January 4th, 2023, so a little over 3 years now. Yeah, a little over 3 years now.
But I think you put it right here, Andy. There are some nuances that aren't being said out loud. Or they're being spoken of in different ways.
Yeah, well, the problem I think with that though is that it causes people to. You say you don't say the truth, it causes you to have a bunch of other things that are said that's not true, but people just repeat it, right? So then I think about that, and I think about the conversations that you'd have heard from Tropical when they talk about, we're graduating to the main market early. Why are you proud of that? Or why are you proud of giving up a tax break early? And then everybody speaks about it as a graduation as if it's a thing that has to happen.
And it make it sound so aspirational. Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an achievement. It's an achievement in
Look,
that.
look, guys. Look what we did.
And it's just, and the thing about it, I know it's an adoption. It is something people hear. Is it something they hear and they speak about a certain way, and not actually go so. And so it's like we're being aspirational because another man did make it sound like an accomplishment you should ascribe to. When in reality, it's actually nothing.
Well, it's more than nothing. It's something not good.
Not even that.
Yeah. In the case of tropical, it's
Tropical,
it's
it's
patently
just
bad.
completely not good. You're getting rid of a tax break. So you're saying I'm now going to pay full taxes on this larger operation. You just telling me every which way this don't make no sense. We should
6 years early.
even look at thing there. Derryman, it's a 2013 listing. When did they do the APO?
Derrimon, I believe that they gave up about 3 years in their tax break, either 2 or 3 years.
So think about
early.
and then I think and I think about that and them going to a different house, maybe not really being as involved anymore, selling with the guaranteed fills. Think of that. That's true shareholder action. Looking at the thing as bad and like, yo, you're giving this tax break to take on this, to take on dilution. Why we can't think about doing this another way? And just thinking about that don't make no sense. And so you understand now why maybe I get up and say, well, never sell some. Enough.
Yep.
Because you're telling me the company I own is literally going to be diluted, and you're already thin margins.
I'm becoming less profitable.
You're asking me to cut into those margins further. Yeah, I mean, that sells some too.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about it, or them claim to take the money by, was supposed to the wonders for profits.
Does it happen?
All that do are profits even more.
And they could have took that cushion. They could have cushioned that better if they had the tax break.
Yo, what did they take the money to buy? What was the money for? Buying
Foreign,
Arosa?
The supermarket.
Supermarket of foreign.
The supermarkets.
USD,
yes.
bro.
Yeah. Which has become a hell of an albatross around the neck, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. That has been hell. And well, I mean, pressure bus pipe or pressure list companies. That pressure, I think, has led to them maybe listing or looking to list woodcats. Yeah.
I'm basically trying to sell every bit of woodcats for them can. Well, not every bit, but why the amount of woodcats what am I get rid of? Like them a scavenge for cash.
You think so?
With detail?
Yeah.
I mean,
they make a deliberate move to go below 50%.
They need money.
They need money badly. Even all of the woodcats' money isn't going to. It's like a drop in the bucket of the debt that they have. And that's not counting even the questionable things that I think they're doing around the woodcats listing. But the woodcats listing itself, I do like. But yeah, they need money. They need money badly. So something else coming? Sell more CFF rights issue within the group, or CFF off of a sale.
Yeah, but just like I said, off of a sale.
Well, you could, if they're smart, they could do a rights issue for CFF and help it to get.
Here he being aspirational now.
Ambition.
It's all about dreams.
Full of ambition.
Randy have an ambition for everybody else, eh?
Yeah, but I'm looking for the best for them, and they could do that.
That's about some people, invest on himself, yeah?
Yeah, okay. They could acquire the rest of CFF, right? They could acquire. Why would you do that? Why would you acquire the rest of CFF? How would that help you? It would not. Not really.
I mean, delist it.
Yeah, that's not solve the issue.
Yeah, that's not gonna stop the issue. You could sell it. You could sell it.
Spend money. That's the thing.
Yeah. Right now, them need the market more than anything else.
Yeah, they do. You know what's funny? It just occurred to me. I think Under the finance rules, I'm not an accountant, so I could be wrong. The accountants can correct me. I send a speaking request if you want to correct me. I don't know. But I think under the finance rules, if you sell something that you have ultimate control over and you sell it down to the point where you have removed your control. I meant to say this last night in advanced score, you know. If you sell it down to the point where you no longer have control, and they're very deliberately they're very deliberately, at least to my eyes, they're very deliberately selling woodcats in a way that allows them to go. They're going to a 49.5% ownership.
So they still have control.
So no, not necessarily, because they've gone below 50.
Below
so
50, don't mean you don't have control.
Yeah, we know that, but they also only have 2 detailed board members out of 7. All the other board members are independent.
Yeah, it don't mean you don't have. Okay.
You get me? So I'm below 50% ownership, and 2 out of 7, is it? 2 out of 7, I think.
Okay, so
1. Let's see. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 2 out of 7 board members are Detail, and Detail owns less than a 40% stake, and Detail does not do more than 10% business with them. I could see them making the case that they do not have control. That argument has been made successfully on the market last year. Was it Atlantic? Is that Atlantic? Yeah, Atlantic and Blue Power. Or is it Atlantic and Lumber? Yeah, the argument has been made. That argument can be made, I think has been made successfully before. So you could maybe make the argument that it's not under your control, under the rules. And so then you'd have to you de-recognize your control, and I think you book the difference to profit also. So the Woodcats listing is possibly going to be a bigger boon for Detail than just being a selling shareholder, which helps them with at least some of the paper profit that they need and some cash profit that they actually need. But it's still a drop in the bucket. Actually, I'm saying it might help them heavily with the paper profit that they need. The derecognition. I don't think they have control anymore under the finance rules. I think you see it differently than I or Shay or
I can see that. I can see that, because then at that point, then all right, how I would see it, then they would no longer have it as a thing there, as a subsidiary at that point. So that's what you're saying. They no longer want to have it as a subsidiary.
It's definitely not a subsidiary.
Become an associate. Become an associate.
Correct. It is an associate post listing.
They recognize you recognize it as something else, and you get the cash. I mean, you only get the thing there. What would change for you exactly on your books now? You get the cash. What exactly looking at now? You're booking it as an associate, but you're booking associate along. I'm not really seeing exact change in terms of valuation. That's the thing I see. And
no. Of course, no. On the IFRS, you book the difference between you no longer have that non-controlling interest on the whole. You deconsolidate your balance sheet, right? And all of that value between what the consideration is that you receive it at, which is at the price of the IPO. All of that consideration is booked to the P&L.
Why?
Because you used to own 100% of the asset, so now you own 49.5. So that 50.5 that you don't own, you get to book the value of all of that to your balance sheet. Because when you had it in this case,
that's sale, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. The sale guarantees
sale
the
books by
price.
itself. To me, the sale books the sold portion on book itself would already be there recognized as, oh, this is so converted to a different form. So you book the profit on that. The rest, I don't know where it's in there. I don't know where it comes from.
All right, let me.
I see no value chain.
There we go.
That's
Okay,
what
here we
I've
go.
seen.
IFRS 10 is where it's under. What you do is you remove the assets and the liabilities. You recognize all the assets and liabilities of the subsidiary from the consolidated statement from the balance sheet.
Mm-hmm.
At the date when you lose the control, you
Mhm.
remove the non-controlling interest and the goodwill.
Mhm.
You recognize the fair value, remeasure any of the retained interest that you have at the fair value that it was on the date that you lose the control.
Mhm.
And then
And the
you
difference there
recognize
with the profit.
and then you recognize, yeah, exactly. You recognize the difference between the consideration, the fair value of the retained interest, and the net assets and the goodwill. You recognize all of that in the profit and loss. So you get to book
Profit
a
and loss.
one-time
Yeah.
profit
Because
for
good actually become an asset for you know. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
And
That's it. Makes sense.
reclassify amounts previously recognized in other comprehensive income to profit and loss, or to retain earnings as appropriate.
Retain earnings will be retained. Yeah, for profit and loss.
If there's a choice, I'm putting it through the P&L. It's going to the retained earnings anyway.
It has to go to P&L. It can't appear in retain earnings.
You can't. There's a move on the account where you can move to the retained earnings.
Without touching P&L at all?
Well, remember that it would have touched the P&L before in OCI. This is where the accountants would have to get into it, but bottom, because you recognize it in OCI long before. Bottom line is what I'm saying is I believe that there is a possible big paper profit to come from the IPO.
Yeah, very likely.
Yeah, bigger than just being the selling shareholder.
I see a good amount of that. Yeah.
Which again they need.
What they do at that point? That's more debt.
Wait, what?
To me, you have these paper profit. How does that convert for them to cash? The cash that they need.
No, it's strengthening the balance sheet. Outside of strengthening the balance sheet, no.
Which is for debt. That's
true. That's true. And that's true. You're right. Yeah, you put them in a stronger financial position, but that's it. I don't remember how we got there.
I mean, industry standard still. Keep the goal post go further down the field.
Well, I think we are down the field with detail.
I think we are on the ball in front of the goal, Jerry.
I mean, slide post and walk out per vehicle. Things can change.
Wow. I like it's a good segue. Bring us back to the woodcats, which you look at it, Jerry. What do you think?
I don't get to go through it in detail, but so far, I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing. And then one of the things for me is one of them company the way you can see and touch. I mean, we might not necessarily deal with them as regular consumers on a daily basis, but it's something we can see and touch every day. Every day cement trucks pass out the road. Every day Pepsi truck pass out the road. Every day going to the supermarket or the wholesale and see pallets. So I like that about it. I mean, especially compared to recent offers, more recent offers, I actually like the fact that this one coming to market at a low multiple. I think that going to spark some amount of interest. That going cost, yeah, I like the PE. And, I mean, I think for a while now we haven't seen anything new come to market with them kind of PE there.
They're trying to give you a good PE valuation, eh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that used to be a big thing. They used to do, like try to do it, make sure that the thing is listed and the PE look nice, and then
yep.
yeah.
In recent times, yo, see it there, I know, I want to take it or leave it.
Correct. And it is, and the people who haven't left
Which
it in
is
recent times have
a good.
been,
It's a good lesson, you know.
yeah.
It's a good lesson in what it takes to list. Is not the PE, it's the company.
And
Yep.
PE's change, right? The PE is not set in stone. PE's change.
PE, yeah, PE, and
Yep.
also we have to. I find it very interesting around. I mean, this is one of them things there. It's one of the two-faced nature of, I would say, how the industry speaks generally, in the sense that you often hear things like, oh, when you hear people talking about PE, then the input usually get from from an industry heavy person is, oh, you remember they tell you how they want you to classify PE, and it is like industry PE, whatever. But then when it comes to that, it's never done actually, until it's good to market it, right? Until it's good to say that, oh, if my PE is high, then I can point and say, well, the industry PE is generally high, so it's fine.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
But outside of that conversation, then you typically hear it spoken about in the sense, oh, but PE, they want a generalized PE outside of those conversations. So 20 so nice and so on. But the reality is, in a lot of cases globally, I don't typically find that like those trends hold true. People don't invest. I can't see strongly pointed to where en mass people vote. People invest on the basis of PE. I find that to be a very personal thing, and more often close to the top than the general public. So somebody who is looking control, and they can certain level of value outside, they can extract certain value out of a company. Then that's where I feel like that conversation is actually more true than that.
Mm.
Yeah. Like me will actually get the expenses and the dividends outside to a certain degree. I'm actually looking to be paid back for this investment I'm making, because I'm gonna make another big one 10 years on the line. So I'll talk to that on that level. Yeah.
Well, that sound like the
Looks like a
reserve.
public conversation.
Oh no, as I said, it's like the special reserve in Woodcats, which was what
Yeah,
was
yeah, see, straight up.
which was what that was the reason I was given, right? The PE, meaning PE in this case meaning private equity.
Private equity. Yep.
Yeah, investment that was made.
PE, that's a good one. PE mean private equity.
Yeah,
It don't mean price earnings. It mean
Mm-hmm.
private equity.
yeah. But I mean, either way, because we look at it and we are in the market, right? And
Yeah.
it's great to see. Again, I say it's great to see a company coming to market with at least I think a fair valuation. And it's been a long time that we've seen something like that. Questionable things though, but
Yeah, and
yeah.
I say I feel like a little too about Cutlass when it come out to the questionable things, because a part of me wants to see some action taken with regards to that.
Mm-hmm.
But then because of all of the doom and gloom and the foolishness we are going with the market
I,
over the years, what
you,
kind
you
of
don't
just
you don't
want
you don't you don't
it?
want to drink full water.
Yeah, we just want
You
this
want you
to
want
go
to you
on
want you
and
want to take the good and say, all
Yeah.
right, we can't dress up
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Listen, move on. Eh?
I mean, to me though, it's the questionable things are serious questionable things, and um, I kind of have it in the back of my head say a
In a lot of
larger
cases,
part, a larger part might decide to take some action against it. So I kind of look out for that at the
that
same
too,
time.
that too.
So something might still happen.
The,
Yeah, I
the, the
wonder.
thing I hate about in cases like this is I don't like bad precedents.
Yeah.
Yes, like you know
I
what a
can
Right.
good.
see where I can
Yeah.
see it's a bad thing, and I
Leaving
don't
it.
want my thing that I don't want that my being an opportunist in the sense be I don't like the idea of that. Me being an opportunity in this sense to trump that situation. Because down the line,
Yes.
I don't want to be the voice that's saying whatever. But also,
It's
but
hard to
also
say.
to a degree, I think I have to take. I can't say certain things.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, Danai, what you said something during Advanced Grower last night, which not about it, but what you were talking about along the same lines
The
about
thing about
why
the
it
thing
is
about
that.
the thing about the thing about Jerry didn't come in and I said why.
Yeah,
That
around.
exactly that. That's what I think about a lot. It's not even woodcasting, so to be clear, but
Yeah.
it's in some of those sphere around a lot of conversation we've had this week and last week, and it should I really want to speak? Because
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like I guess all of us thinking the same way. So I liked how you put it last night. I wish if I could record it, I'd have you repeat it. Meaning you're talking about why you don't like to, you don't want to say the things because we don't have a lot of nuance in the space, and especially
Mhm,
for new investors coming in, they just want you good buy or don't buy. And it's like
mhm,
deep and nuanced conversation and that. So like I'm saying, I like the offer. I'm happy that there's the offer is happening. I what I call it is like an old school IPO, right?
Mm.
Um, priced well, nice timing, but it's not perfect. It have some very questionable things. But if you go into that, like, oh, people want to hear say it's either good
is
or
the
bad.
questionable things, and
Yeah,
then yeah,
Yeah.
Black and white.
and you
yeah,
know how hard the fear hammer knocks. The
yes,
moment
Yeah,
they hear
man.
the bad, then it becomes
Nothing
about the
else
bad, and then
matters.
they want it's like politics. People want a scandal out of it.
exactly. And
Yep.
we don't have a space where that's the truth. The good he says like politics. Like there's no report. The reporting of most financial things in Jamaica doesn't come from a place of understanding.
Hmm.
Right? It does not come from a place of understanding. Most of the reporting on anything financial in Jamaica is done by people who don't understand it. And so it's a large part of it is just let me pretend to understand it or let me sound good about it, but I don't know. I really don't
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
And the same thing happens within the space, I think, where a lot of the people, even in the space, also don't know much. Right? I might know my job, I might know what them train me to do on this, but I don't understand the larger picture. And so I'm talking about us here, we get caught in this problem of to talk about the bad, like talking about specifically woodcats here, to talk about the bad requires spending some time explaining the bad. And the second you do that, you are spending time explaining the bad. And all people hear is, oh, they're going to such detail, it's bad. Right? I just like you, I don't know, like, should I say anything? Should I not? Because you make another good point then about the precedents. If we
It
don't say
makes.
something, it sets a precedent of something that's bad. Because I
Mhm.
can see us not saying something
Hmm.
about this and then, hey, for Fosterich,
Everybody
I have very little
faith.
yeah, Fosterich would probably come and do the same thing.
But just as I read this all like it was a passage. I don't want a passage.
Because Fosterich would come and do the same thing. Funny enough, for years, I think of Fosterich and DTL very much the same. To me, they're
Yeah, man.
very, very similar companies.
Yeah, me too. And I mean, even without you saying it, when I saw that notice or I don't remember if it was an article or what last night, I
Mhm.
was thinking that same WhatsApp group.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're right. I just see like we don't say nothing about this. First Rich come in a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and launch
Hmm.
their solar company spin-off, and they do the very same
And,
thing.
it's a part of why
Hmm.
I don't like where also our focus in general the commentary around the bad is because it falls along the lines of personality and it falls along the lines of like we find a character we don't like them so we talk about them. I do not. It's often we say I don't see a lot of the energy going across the board where like even in the case where like when I talk about precedents.
Hmm.
I don't find us as a space talking around talking for that. So we talk about a bad, and then we won't. It's not that we're actually exploring the thing for it being bad. So we look at every case of it. It's who we can talk about. because
Yeah.
I won't talk about this guy that's doing the same thing because it's too big for me. Me, I gonna feel that so then it then makes me look at the people who are battling because they're very much picking the battles. It's
Mm-hmm.
him and
Yeah.
you and him and this that guy you don't like and this guy you revere or your favorite talk one doing the same thing. But I only ever hear about the guy you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
That's true. Uh so but also the response, because we spend 5 minutes talking about the thing versus talking about the thing. I don't know. I mean, I'll say it. I don't understand that you can't say, but I'll say it. So I think maybe the only thing I didn't like about this IPO, this current offer, is that I raises a couple of questions. So put in real terms, everybody can understand. Today is the 30th of January. Week before last, Thursday. So today's 30th of January. That's point one. Point two, DTL up until recently, DTL owned 100% of Woodcats, right? So there are 2 points everybody can understand. One is the date, and the other one is that DTL owned all of Woodcats, which means that if you're a DTL shareholder, your company, DTL, owned all of Woodcats, 100%. No, Woodcats is being spun off in a portion of Woodcats is being spun off, right? So DTL is selling some shares, and Woodcats itself, which is a sub company, a subsidiary of DTL, is also issuing new shares. So your company, because you're a DTL shareholder, your company is selling one of its assets. Not wrong with that. In fact, it's a great thing. They bought this asset. DTL, our company, speaking as a shareholder, our company bought this for, I think, 355 million in 2018. Amazing deal. Great deal. I look on it and I'm thinking, no way. Think about 355. Yeah, 355 million is what I bought it for, right? It's IPOing now at a valuation of
Say beat the latte.
2.15 billion. Yeah, man, they beat the latte boss down into the ground, man. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Detail bought no lattes. Instead, they spent all the money buying woodcats, and here they are now in 2026. They are able to sell a piece of it at a valuation of 2.15 billion.
Billion.
No, no
Wonderful
lattes and no
deal.
real estate.
Yeah, man. No latte, no real estate. Although woodcats does have some real estate. Anyway, so those are the 2 points there, right? Now here's the thing. That's good. You want your company to do that. It says that your company, DTL, has made a great financial move. And also, it's a great financial move in another company that is within their vertical. DTL also uses pallets, and every company uses pallets and other things, right? No, here's where it gets iffy. This IPO, they're pricing it at 90 cents per share, which prices the company Woodcats at 2.15 billion. Also great. Nothing wrong with that. As you heard me say 10 times before, I think it's a wonderfully priced IPO. Here, everybody has agreed with that. That means that the company DTL believes truly, really and truly, the company DTL, who you've also heard us say need money, DTL themselves say them need money, them in a bad way, them need money, them trying to rearrange them balance sheet and them debt and whatever. So DTL believes fully that Woodcats is worth 2.15 billion. No. Week before last Thursday, if I'm understanding what this prospectus is telling me, Woodcats issued shares to a holding company which has, I think, just 2 shareholders. And those 2 shareholders are also DTL shareholders, right? Those 2 shareholders are, I think, the CEO and the chairman of DTL. Yeah, Ian Kelly and Derek Cottrell. Both of them are in Princeman. That's the name of the holding company, Princeman Limited. So, week before last Thursday, they issued shares to Princeman Limited at a price that pretty much had Princeman Limited paying 1,480,769 Jamaican dollars. That's how much they paid for those shares. Week before last Thursday, 1,480,769 Jamaican dollars and 23 cents. 1 week later, the company Woodcat is IPOing, and those same shares are worth $157,881,822. The difference between that is roughly 149 million. Issued to two shareholders of detail. Not to all shareholders of detail, just two. 159 million profit to just two shareholders of detail.
Not two, let's say one. The Prince one is one. Let's say one.
True, but it's held. It is owned by at least two. It's why I'm saying two is because those two shareholders are also two directors of the parent company. So that to me, and I could be wrong, but that to me looks like two detailed shareholders getting a benefit that no other detailed shareholder has gotten in the space of 1 week.
And
they're directors at that. So the question then becomes, did you believe week before last that Woodcat's shares were worth for simplicity, I'll call it 1.5 million. Did you believe week before last that the Woodcat shares were worth 1.5 million? And then what changed between week before last and last week for those shares to be worth 150 million? Because you would have given up that value from detail. That's what that really means. Detail gave up roughly 149 million worth of value. And they didn't just give it up. They gave it up to two detailed shareholders, but not all detailed shareholders, just two. And their directors. And it worries me. It bothers me.
And if we are to include the wider pool of shares that were issued on that day, it's essentially double that them give up.
Well, so here's the thing. So in the giving up of those shares, they gave it up to. I didn't say gave it up. They issued them and got paid for them. They gave it to they have an employee trust.
Yeah, man, but I mean, it's the same. It's the same principle.
Yeah, but I just want to clear up who it is. So the employee shareholder trust, Prince Unlimited, which is the two, which at least we know two shareholders of, two connected parties to, which is the directors, Derek Cottrell, Ian Kelly, and Doug Ridge, which is the CEO, which is connected to the CEO of Woodcats. Why I'm specifying that is because, to me, and this is my personal bias here, the shares to the CEO of the listing company, that I'm fine with you doing that. That makes sense. He's also an employee of the company. And the shares to the employee trust is also fine in my view, because again, those are employees of the company. It's not unusual for a listing company to have issue shares or to do something special for shareholders or directors of that company. But the directors of detail, the company that all the other detail shareholders are, and that have the fiduciary responsibility to that company, that part is questionable to me. I'm not even saying that they shouldn't have the shares. I'm not even saying that. It would be fine if they were reserved, the shares in the IPO. But the fact that the shares are not reserved in the IPO, they were able to buy those shares at a price that is essentially 1 cent on the dollar.
100.
Yeah. So instead of it being $100 that they get the shares for, instead of them getting the dollar for 90 cents, them getting the shares for 0.9 of a cent.
Daniel talked about 10x earlier, 100x.
Yeah. They get 100x already, and they don't get. It's not that them get the shares in the IPO as a reserve, which cool. If you got in a reserve as an IPO because good and faithful consideration, blah blah blah, I'd understand that. But you're getting it. I don't know why you're getting it. It didn't say why you're getting it. It just said that you got it.
Pre-invitation transaction. So what about like?
What is that transaction? Because that transaction is I'm speaking again, if I seek as a detailed shareholder, that's my company selling an asset that it believes is worth 100x what you're selling it for, and the person you're selling it to is a director of my company DTL. And then a week later, that asset is being sold by my company DTL at 100 times what you sold it to just two shareholders for. That I think is questionable. That I'm afraid of. I'm really afraid of that because, like I said, if I switch to the same thing in a couple of
I'm
weeks.
saying questionable. We're specifically saying questionable because it can be answered. There are legitimate answers to this. It's just it should be questioned.
It should be questioned. Yeah. And
it should be questioned with okay, give me a good reason, because again, detailed shareholders should have this question, and Woodcast potential shareholders should have this question. But the detailed shareholders should have it more than anybody else.
Yeah, I don't even think Woodcat shareholder, possible
So,
potential shareholders should have the question. It don't matter. I think the issue is at the DTL level and the fiduciary responsibility at the DTL level. That's me though. I could be wrong.
Why I would say that Woodcast shareholder? Because this is the parent company. These are directors of both companies. And that to me is a leadership situation where I have to look at that and say, oh, if something happens where if I in the shoes of a detailed shareholder would not be okay with, then I'll look at this company and say, oh, see man, you know.
True that.
And why? And a large part of why we do, a large part of this too, we have this conversation. This is the bad, whatever, or potential bad. The reality is, this doesn't actually change my. It doesn't make me look at the offer and say, "Oh, it's a bad offer." It doesn't make me look at it and say, "This is a bad opportunity." It doesn't do any of that for me.
Yeah, no, it's still an amazing offer.
Same for me.
So that's why this is why I would go like this is why I do this way like this conversation. Because we go through all this, and I'm sure people look at it like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Yeah, but it's just a piece of the whole pie. But questionable and should be questioned.
Yeah, I don't know, boy. It bothers me too. It bothers me that there is even an issue. I hate that I have that feeling around asking the question, because the question should be asked, it should be answered. And I think maybe it's the only black mark on what is otherwise, in my view, an amazing offer.
Yep, it's same.
Yeah, amazing offer. I also I saw the Kalila interview with the CEO. Hilarious interview for reasons that it will remain in the girl group, but also I'm impressed by the CEO. But I sound like him, know him thing. Let me see his name, Peter Grant, I think. This gentleman, Peter Douglas. Man, sound like him, know him thing, brother. And so like him, know him thing, and impressive. So one of the impressive points that came up today, we spoke about it, Dana, this was that the mulch point. The mulch point. Bro say before the country was importing almost like 100% of its mulch.
Of the market, the mulch market was imported. So any mulch that the country was using was being imported. So we ask some foreign, we're buying it from somebody abroad to bring it to our country for use.
And since his company worked hard to break into it, and now, according to him, 95% of the mulch in the island is local and from details. Like, yo, that's
impressive.
So Woodcat is saying 95% of the mulch in the country.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
That is reclamation, bro. Repatriation. That is an actual impact on our foreign exchange bill.
Yes.
And you said that on our foreign exchange rate. That is the thing we want. Where, people often say, "Oh, like the thing that's unachievable." Jamaica actually becoming a manufacturer. Getting something locally produced. That is that.
Yeah, man.
So we're not buying from foreign anymore. We're buying from us.
Yo, I mean, that is literally in his company. He's doing the same thing that the government have. That's the reason why Wigton gets the breaks it does, right? That's the reason why JPS has to buy any power from any renewable energy company, solar, wind, or whatever, because it's import substitution. Yeah. And this one company has a good chunk of import substitution. Yeah,
Grow what you eat or you grow. Same initiative.
yeah, man. Yeah, but don't eat mulch. Well, yeah, I like it. It's the only black mark on it, and it's such a big black mark that just like everybody else here talking, I've been from a seat. It's like, yo, I don't want to have to be the one to say it, but it's questionable because it's one of those things where if you don't say something about it, like it will become precedent.
You know, it is one of our large respect points for John Jackson and Chris Berry. They speak a lot on they see something wrong
Things like
and
this,
then say it. And think of how much we know with those things. And I mean, they're in positions that I'm not in where them can talk. And if nobody makes with them, then that's that person's problem more than mine.
I
Yeah,
can
but
hear you from the jet. I
somebody
can
go
hear
malice
from the
me and
yacht.
it'll become something
Yeah,
else.
yeah. They will catch you in the route taxi, but they're not.
Yeah, exactly that.
Exactly. Yeah, but you're right. Sorry, continue.
Oh yeah, that it is bringing the market to account, and it makes me think of it's one of the points where I have to give the people, oh, we're not mature, whatever. That is the maturity point. That's a strong maturity point in the sense
True.
that in other markets, this would be shareholder action
Those
point. This
things
would be
are
shareholder questioning, and we
correct.
have to answer that. Otherwise, we're going to raise hell about it.
Yeah.
And
Correct.
how often we see, and that's another last thing. The other thing, like I find too much of that kind of talk, hush down here. Oh, my something wrong, and man, I think it's because of my bridging the IPO and my cash and so. And
Yeah.
me I go do
That's
an
what
IPO and a
nonsense.
dog, and me no other problems. So yeah, we have too much of that hush. See
I
our
know, but
problem and just not say nothing.
that's true. Because then nobody's saying advocating for
And
the
then presidents. And
exactly.
exactly. And then
Because what
you have
happens
the
with
issue
the
of
Not advocating for minority shareholders.
exactly because what happened for the next listing is that them say, yeah, no, we do it detailed did it. Right?
Yeah, details of it.
Yeah, and then with the next one after that, they go, what do you mean it's for detail did it, phosphorus did it, we're doing it, it's normal, right? And I know that we're in the kind of market that does that because everybody talks about graduating to the main market.
Main market.
Because
End up with
somebody
APOs.
chose to misspeak that way long ago. Or APOs. Everybody's excited about APOs now because it was spoken of in a great way and not explained fully as to what the effects of the thing are going to be. And so it burnt a whole heap of people for a lot of years. So something like this. And again, this is not at the same class of a APO but it is higher than the graduate to the main market. That's just something being hidden.
Yeah. This is
but
and it makes me think. See, me want to say or other bad things. We've spoken about things like Total Office and the acquisition by JFP that was acquired and then no longer spoken about as being acquired.
Yeah,
It was reported as acquired in an annual report, and then subsequent to that, no word.
Yeah, nothing since.
Phosphorus and Blue Emerald.
On
Where
again,
I
off
couldn't tell
again.
when it's on the books or when it's on the books.
Yeah.
Or what's happening to cars back. No explanation as far as I know.
Yeah. In the end, there was an explanation. It was, something like them. Oops, we never understood it. And,
Yeah, but the works so. You can't tell me say that do the acquire and they spend money and then oops. That should be accounted.
Yeah. You're right. It is part of a maturing market. So I do want the answer so that it doesn't it mars it for me that I don't want to see it. I don't want the precedent to be set. It shouldn't happen. And maybe there's an explanation that we're not seeing.
Yeah,
Right?
it could very well be something like when this thing was acquired there was or some way along the way there was a agreement between in the case of spinning off or whatever this will happen, that kind of thing. But if it was a decision just so, then I don't like that.
Yeah, yeah. And the annoying thing about it is that
if it was last week Thursday the decision was made, then I will say if I even Christmas you can't too close to that.
Detailed shareholders deserve an answer anyway because it's a benefit that they only two detailed shareholders have gotten it. Well, I was saying that. Let me
It
see
would be
if there are
very
detailed
surprising to
shareholders.
me if this was submitted to the FSC last Thursday and approved and everything done by Thursday. You get me? This is not
Record
a
time.
this has been in the works for a time as far as I would expect. So that happening at that time is, for everybody's favorite word, interesting.
True, true. Very, very true. So I would love to know how this is explained. 4% of the issued share capital to two shareholders or to a company that is connected to two shareholders only. What happened to the rest of the detailed shareholders? They don't matter to? Yeah, I'm bearing in mind, you know, it's
And the director part just hit me. It's too much for me to just not. I can't look at it as just regular. It's people who have
a fiduciary duty.
a fiduciary and they are in very strong.
And
They're very tied to
decision
decisions
making
made by the
positions.
company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they have outside influence
On
compared to
both
regular
sides.
shareholder. Outsized influence if as a shareholder. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
making this. Me owning these sales shares, I'm not making the same level decision as these as they are.
It's true.
Yeah.
You're along for the ride, but they are the ones deciding
Exactly.
where the vehicle goes. Yeah.
Exactly
They're the
that.
drivers.
Yeah. So I'd love to hear the answer behind it. And you know, when you put the context to, you know, Woodcats paid out a dividend last year to Derryman when they were 100% owned. They paid out a dividend to Derryman of
Oh
100
man, 100
million,
million.
and that's a
I
big
looked at
dividend,
that and I was like, wow. The next
right?
line after that though.
What's the next line? The retained earnings, or
No man, the part where they're like, yeah, but guys, don't
oh
even
yeah, don't
check.
expect that. Yeah,
Wait.
if you understand that sort of thing, you know, you know not to expect that. Yeah, there's no guarantee of any dividends. So yeah, so and you expect that before you do a listing or something, you know, you're taking some of the value out the parent company, which detail shareholders all benefit from en masse. Is getting that 100 million. That goes on to details books. But I mention it to put it in perspective because that's a big dividend
Mhm.
to detail 100 million cash. However,
Yep.
the value of the shares that these two gentlemen got is more than that dividend.
Big up them.
No.
Alright, that right though. Well,
No,
No big up to them at all.
no, not like
I'm
that. You cannot
questioning.
make a play like that. Like again, you know, it's not. If they were owners of the thing from long time or whatever, sure. But no, DTL owned the thing 100% from long time. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's not like DTL owned 90% and you didn't know what the other 10% and there's some OCI. There isn't. All the
We
auditing.
all owe the asset. We all own
Exactly.
the asset.
So how only two shareholders of the thing get a benefit, a 10x benefit before everybody else.
100, bro.
100 times.
You're right, 100x.
Get it
Wow.
right.
I can't. Wow. Say it's a question that deserves answering. I'd love to know, and I suspect that maybe I'm not the only person I have that question. Maybe other people have the question heavy enough. I would hope that they'd be answered because I wouldn't want a situation where like it caused a lawsuit afterwards, which it could be, and that or it could affect the listing in any way.
You should. Yeah.
Because it is a risk, it's an unnecessary risk, and it is the like I said, it's the only black mark in what is, in my view, an amazing listing outside of that. Amazing offer outside of that. Well, amazing. I like it. I
I
don't
like
mean
it.
take that
Yeah,
back.
I know
I
what you
take
mean,
it
bro.
back. Yeah,
It's hard to just you like it.
I like it. I
I
said
think
that
that's
and
the
people like
easiest line to go
amazing.
down.
Yeah, you see, yeah, he must be applying. Guys, don't be surprised if I'm probably not going to apply. Probably not going to apply. Probably not going to buy it. I wouldn't say I wouldn't buy it. I'll buy it once it's listed, but I don't know if I'd be applying in the IPO.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Another thing I say, maybe less controversial. I say it's from NCB, but it look a lot like Barita. Looks a
You
lot like
guess.
Barita in terms of how in terms of how it's set up. And I like it. I'm sure I'll own some of these shares. Once it lists, I'm sure I'll own some of these shares in the future.
Yep.
Me too.
You're not pushing to buy in the IPO?
Nerp. I
Why
did
not?
go through it though.
Yeah? What you thought?
As you should.
Yeah. For the first in a while, I went through a prospectus.
Oh, you don't use it?
Um, yeah, Yeah, but you're like you had concerns, and I was like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna do this right now. Probably going to do it later.
Oh yeah, so remember a couple of weeks ago, and you were telling me, oh, you're not excited by no. Yo, is the week before last? You
Yeah,
saying
but
excited by any
remember,
IPO?
I specifically said I don't even read them anymore. I don't read
Yeah.
them anymore.
Uh huh.
But I read this one.
So, okay, that's interesting. So that's interesting. So how you know to be excited if you don't read them?
What do you mean?
Where does your excitement come from for them if you're not reading them?
I'm not excited about them. That's my point.
In general, okay.
Because oh, you an IPO, it's not upon that really.
Yeah, we just yeah,
Market today, everything good outside of the IPO thing. Sure,
yeah.
I guess.
So yeah, just haven't read one in a while. Haven't even like done a rough run through really, because usually you can see it posted, the highlights posted or screenshots or whatever. So yeah,
Well, this one is giving shades of another early days, like maybe 2018, 29. It's just I
Mhm.
just see old school IPO. It's
Same, same, same.
same.
yeah,
I
very
like it.
very nice to see, and I
Or
hope
later,
that precedent
maybe.
isn't set because that's problems if it's set. So I see it. A whole heap of problems if that precedent is set.
True.
Yeah. All right. I don't want us to go forever. I did put the call out, and I see Jerry jump on, Phil jump on. Anybody else wants to send a speaking request? Now is the time. We're not going to be on all night. So, if you have anything you want to ask us about, or maybe you have any
Oh,
questions around
yeah.
this.
It's a timestamp. Somebody said, check Grover, Brandy.
All right. If anybody else wants to send a speaking request, you can. No, it's a great. I know it's a great time for it. If you want to talk about this or anything else, as I say, if you want to also tell us how your January has been. That's also a big one. You know, how has the market look for you for the January? Have other than Trans Jamaica or even Trans Jamaica, in Trans Jamaica, the love. Oh word.
Wait, we didn't talk about the hello
Yeah, man, we're
whip
hearing you shit. We're hearing you. We're not
whipped
hearing you, but we're hearing you.
because whipped put out numbers. Don't. When was that?
A couple of weeks ago, we did talk
Couple
about that. Yeah,
weeks. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
whipped. It's a good point. When I was on Khalida, also she had asked about the whole PE and it being
Hmm.
overvalued. I hate questions like that because it's very black or
Yeah.
white.
Yep.
And I hesitant to this. I was like, yeah, sure, it overvalued. But when if you
What
look back
on
at the end of the
earth
year,
is happening with my?
we're hearing you, Shay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying we're
No,
hearing
I
you, but we're
just
not
can't
seeing
get
you.
my stream back up. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
when
right. Well,
as
let's keep
Anshid
going.
asked, yeah, when as Anshid asked about when as Anshid asked about it and it being overvalued, and of course, yeah, at the time of listing, it listed a PE of 600 and something, or it moved up to a PE of 600 and something. But PE is transient, right? If you can
Hmm.
find the
Mhm.
profit, if the profit increases, the PE falls, if the price is the same. And when those results came out, I mean, we see the PE chopped in half. No, still 300 and odd, still heavy.
Hmm.
But the question then becomes,
Literally chopping a half, bro.
what is the potential of the thing then, right? What is the
Hmm.
potential? Why is this
Mm.
happening? um
It's
there's
P
lots
is
of
a
questions
snapshot.
around it.
It's a snapshot. It's at this point, based on the
A
last
Exactly.
moment in
12
time.
months.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So are we looking forward or are we looking back? Are you buying for what it was or what you think it will be? That's always the question, and which is why I don't like the PE is this or it must.
Exactly.
And the truth, and it's what I was saying earlier. The truth is the market it's like that thing. That thing has never tricked the market into that being true. I've never. Has it ever been the case where it? I mean, let's look. If we had the PE being 20, then we've had this conversation many times. It's just if it was just the PE is 20, then stock would only trade at one price until that changes. There will be no forward-looking situation happening. That's just not how it works. We are here. We should have always said you can't get around speculation in this game. You don't know the future, but you have strong beliefs about it, and you're willing to spend your money along those beliefs, along those lines. So yeah, just going off the PE being XYZ, that to me is not a good thing. I mean, you, if that is your whole argument, then I would say no, you can't really. I would listen to you on whether something is overvalued or undervalued.
Yeah, true. I
Which is
mean,
why it's
but
hard for me to ask that. Oh, it's overvalued or undervalued. I mean, if you want just hear, the PE enough overvalued, then sure.
true. Because but I mean, granted, the level of profit that they have to put out,
They have to
bring it
put out
down
that
to
strongly. So,
yeah.
but then we can't speak. But think about that. What you just said to me as you speaking to that, you're saying they would have to give me something to say that the PE can be there must be some future profit to come to change this figure I'm seeing here for it to be justified. So you're looking forward. It's not just is it good because the PE based on the results we saw before is XYZ amount. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's maybe a deeper conversation. Well, not deep. That is a conversation that should be had. But hey, I think maybe it's also our job to have those conversations. So
we have many times. So I think we'll continue, right?
yeah. But I don't know how this thing is going to last. Also, I believe, I don't know, there's a little gray area here in the rules, but when those employees fully get them shares and fully come out of blackout, how that going to go? Or are they out of blackout now? And because they did drop those unaudited
results.
For the Q4, but I mean, it's still up in the air. It's still up in the air. I'm wondering what it's gonna look like, because that's a bit. Well, then again, no. The employees got what, 22 million shares?
That's what they can get soaked up easy.
Something like that. Yeah, as in you can soak it up relatively easy.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, actually.
Little money, Randy.
Yeah. Say that again, Shay. What were you talking about?
No, I was saying when I was saying that the numbers. That's what I was talking about. The one from a couple days ago.
Yeah. Oh, you mean
The fourth quarter one? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what was in my mind when I said it.
That's true, and bring it back to, like I say, employees alone have shares. Employees and larger insiders alone have shares. I mean, obviously, other people have shares now because it's been trading, but I would think that there's a level of soaking up that can be done that's just known. And hey, listen, I'm interested in seeing, because I think also I feel like what has given the industry new life, new belief in that, hey, we can do things in a certain way that excite the market.
I like that it was a little different,
Yeah. No, that's not to say that I think things should be done like whipped all the time.
No.
And also, you can't.
They should know they have options. It's not just
exactly.
It's hard and fast, so you got all the time.
Exactly.
There are different paths
to something different.
Which to me is one of the most beautiful parts of finance. It takes so much creativity. It takes to actually look at things and structure things certain ways and think more than just this is how we usually do things and stuff like that. So
Big up me there.
yes, sir.
Well, I'm looking forward to see what they come with. It's been like
I mean, I hope them come with something. They seem like them all right.
Yeah.
The band's been nice, but Yeah, we're starving out here. We're starving out here.
Yeah, man. Need something.
Well, yo, bonds are
Just
actually
at the boss feel and make him know. So you need some.
Me?
so bonds are actually like a little bit of a, I don't say a secret, but they're a bit of a cheat code on the market, you know.
For
I'm
sure.
surprised that more people aren't buying them.
Me too. But
Yeah,
then also I'm not.
that's true.
Because think about this stock has always been a cap gain stock, right?
Yeah, man.
So you're not and
Like
that's not
this
necessarily a strong reality in the bonds. So
this guy does a dividend tag.
But
reality
true, which is funny.
versus
You
on the
see, that's
cost.
that's the importance of truth. That's why
Mm-hmm.
it's so much
Yeah,
importance to have truth in this thing, you know, because
And if you tell
all the
me say
talk has
one,
been
if you tell me
dividends
I'm
talk,
only buying this for dividends and 4% is good for me, then my gosh, I have a 7% bundle, but that's a fail. But you don't
right?
want that. You don't want that. You want your 4% and it jump the thing then, and it jumped by 100%.
Yeah, so I don't really about the dividends.
Not at all.
It has never been.
Is it?
Yep.
It has never been. But if you really are caring about dividends, and some people do actually care about dividends,
Mm-hmm.
if you
That's
really
true.
are caring about
Hmm.
dividends, then
Yeah, no, actually, seriously, heavily dividend person.
mhm.
I think I probably only met one. When I say this man serious about the dividend, I mean if you see this man spreadsheet, brother.
No, but
Um,
spreadsheet, that's a lot already.
Uh-huh.
yes,
It's a good sign.
yeah. I've never seen anyone as serious about it.
And locally,
Yeah, he
word.
does. He does local stocks and overseas, but
Mhm.
more on local sides, and I,
Yeah,
I
because
really rate that.
local
The thing I
dividends are a
find
cheat
hard
code.
is
Yeah,
uh,
man.
other people that I've met that are really into dividends. It's
Mhm.
almost incidental that they ended up there based on a type of investing that they thought was the way to invest.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a good amount of money, a good income, and they buy dividend paying stocks. So they bought these things from a way back when blue chip kind of the very buy blue chip company kind of people. So that's what
Mhm.
they think
Mm-hmm.
there. Or what I've encountered a lot is people that truly they express to me that dividends what they want, and they show
Mm-hmm.
me the vision in that, meaning like where their lifestyle, where they're at in life in terms of investing, and
Mm-hmm.
they truly just want income from it, right? So they even shifting some portfolio, them sell a property, and then more they're there, and I and then I present to them dividends, I present bonds, and then it starts sliding. So like, you actually gave me a true case of somebody that should be, you should be looking at that this way. You should be looking at whatever,
Mm-hmm.
based on what you want more than just what you're saying. Like based
Honestly.
on what you present as the kind of life you have in front of
Mm-hmm.
you, and then it's not. Very often, it still ends up as yeah, I mean, it's said that, but we're not actually want the dividends or the bonds, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
hoping I can get something, and I was hoping yeah, you give me dividends and explain this dividends and whatever, but.
I want the dividend, but
Some we could have woke up to some cap games too.
yeah, bro, just say you want kept games and done.
Like
Just say it.
the reality is I want the game and not the risk.
Mm.
Exactly.
I would love to get the dividends. I would love to get the gains, but I don't want to hear too strongly the possibility of losses.
Yeah, man. Me know I know volatility. I want it to only
I
go up.
I I found it hard to speak to those people. It's. I mean, I talk to them, yeah, so whatever. I give them recommendations based on what them say they want, or whatever. But the
Mm-hmm.
idea is, at the end of the day, it feels like what do I do to serve you? Like, how do I
Mm-hmm.
actually help you if the honesty isn't there really?
Major point. Major point. Yeah.
And the honesty isn't there to the point that, yo, like, you're basically giving me, you actually can't take the risk. You you can't, you're telling me, say, boy, at a certain point in life, and no money not coming in, so you actually need income in certain ways and whatever, and you're not really going to be on the market looking at no stocks or monitoring, whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
solid income coming in is what you actually want here and what you're actually talking about and doing. But give me the little buckles on the side thing, dog. Give me the dividends, but more here say you can do this too.
Mm. More the cake, more have it, more eat it, more everything.
Yes.
I get you.
More have it and eat
Have
it
it, eat,
and
and give some to
share
wifey.
it and everything. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I don't want to go
Yeah.
forever. I put out the last call if anybody will send a speaker request. And in the meantime, I will wait on that. So if you want to ask us or nothing, send a speaker request and I will get into it. And while we wait on that, that shit, what are your expectations for let's say the rest of the quarter? Not even the rest of the
Rest
year,
of
the
the
rest of the
quarter,
quarter.
rest of the
Yeah.
quarter, rest of the quarter.
Rest
I
of the
mean,
quarter.
I do like the excitement that the IPO brings.
I do.
I think if if it's listed in listed by March, I would want to be listed before March.
Yeah.
Early closure and thing. I think it should very well be up and running during February.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
I want, because of how I see it, and I think there will be excitement around it. I think, yeah, some good amount of trading shall come from it, more than just in it. You know my usual want of the bad man. I want my thing, but the things that I like outside of the IPO to get
Mm.
people exiting to go to the IPO, so I can get
Mm.
some of that exit. And I mean, I will be. I expect that I will be buying some of the IPO, not IPO, but I expect that I will be doing some of
Yes.
the trading,
Mm-hmm.
getting some of the
Yeah.
after
That's
this
what
thing
I'm
or
looking
whatever.
forward to actually in
And
terms
I
of
mean,
that.
but beyond that though, after the same things where we've been speaking about, looking at, I don't think it's this is very hard now. I don't want necessarily talk about the company too strongly, but yeah, I mean, there are. I think trading will be good for the thing there, for the quarter. I think some of the old faithfuls. I saw a very interesting one today. I want to have some talking about RPL.
Right?
Well, you remember that this is the end of a month, yeah?
End of a month,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
they've
cool.
they've been they've been a bit tame
Yeah.
last couple of months, and then
Uh-huh.
this month you see the sharp
Uh,
spike at the end of this
Yeah.
month.
Boom.
well, I feel like how do I put this? Maybe I leave it for the girl group. I say it's in the girl group. So people, if you want to the girl, I begin a girl tomorrow, and the people in the girl subscribers group, I'll talk about it there. But I've been talking about it for a while. I don't think that they didn't do it for the last few months. I think they've done what they've done for the last few months. If you look at the whole picture, right? So the RPL is just one part of the picture, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
True,
not
true, true,
surprised
true.
maybe at certain moves. But yeah, let's that RPL as you mentioned. I heard it mentioned. I saw it spoken about it in the group. I didn't actually look at it myself, so I'll see it for the first time right now on my money JA. Oh wow, okay, that's what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
spiked. It ended
Mm-hmm.
it at 4 with a spike
Right
to
before.
420 right at the 5 seconds before market close.
Exactly.
So even
Yeah.
nah, it's the thing I would want to say now is the part where I don't want to go into the whole picture. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
there
but
there
it's
that that
interesting.
that, that spike to me is
Uh-huh.
the thing you just said around the whole picture and whatever and other pieces. It's
Uh-huh.
spiking in this way makes sense for it. I can't tell I was looking for it. I can't, but seeing it that way, I say, oh, okay,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
yeah.
One to
That's true.
watch.
Yeah, man.
I really hate that. I really, really hate that. You guys, if you want to know, I see people asking a couple of questions in the the YouTube. What's a good brokerage? You want to learn about the market? Come and grow. everymickle.com
Yeah.
slash
Yeah,
GRWR.
man.
I teach about the market. I know. I'm a guy on the internet talking about an investment class, but believe me, it's actually worth it. It's a pretty damn good class, if I say so myself. And people on the ground and think, oh, that never makes sense to do. You will understand investing, and more importantly, you'll also understand investing from your perspective, from the retail perspective, and a really good grasp of the local market, which is not, you can't just YouTube something and follow what I'm telling you on YouTube. The JC is not the NASDAQ. And that's not to say that JC is down and the NASDAQ is up or bad or whatever, but the
Damn.
principles translate, but not in the way that you might think. So I would encourage you to come and grow everymickle.com slash GRWR. And you get a bunch of things, including a discount to a session with Danai. And if you don't want to skip grow and just ask Danai what you must do, well, you can do that too. Danai, you can tell them about your advisory, Danai.
Yeah, we can find me at dhalladvisory.com. You have your portfolio, you have your goals, we meet, we talk about it, we and then structure our portfolio based on what you have, what how much money you have coming in, what the goals you have for that money, the timelines and all that. We sit down, have a good talk, hour long. You can have all the time you want to talk about that. And yeah, we go into your portfolio, talk about your goals, and then we'll plan out a portfolio based on the goals you have and the kind of actions you want to take in the market and for your portfolio. And I
Yeah.
want to big up White Knight because it seems Andre Burnett is why he's listening to the podcast right now. So big up Dre forever, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
Steve
all that time.
Prince.
Yeah.
It's a good Dre name live on and him impact. Yeah, I'll answer the question too. Well, since somebody sent a speaking request, I'll answer the question. What am I expecting for the first quarter? I'm wondering if we'll see some movement. I don't like saying movement. People think I'm talking about share price. I'm not talking about share price, although that will come into, I'm sure. But maybe some impact around selects. If the selects are gonna make that move within the quarter before the end of the government's financial year.
I mean, I've made good money on them since. So they had a good movement since start of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close to the top, not top 10, but close to the top.
Yeah.
That's SRF.
Yeah.
Select.
They're right here.
Yeah.
Select MD. Yeah, you're right. Select MD with a nice 2% move. It's so funny how after all our conversations with those bigger numbers, 2% sounds small, but let's remember 2% is 2.08, roughly double 1 year savings account money. Yeah. Reality.
When you put it that way.
In anticipation of them full move, right? Also, with the first quarter, they did give first quarter as a timeline for them to do the thing there, to do their full conversion.
They did mention that, didn't they? Yeah, I mean, it's not all up to them. It's kind of up to the
No, yeah, court and thing, but I think they're in a way where they can. I mean, not just court, JC and all of that, but yeah, they
the big one is a
I
court.
like that they have intention for the timeline.
Yeah, I think the big one is a court, and I'll throw a bit of a freebie that out there.
The court, you think? They don't already get thing there. They go to they get approval from shareholders, and the court order them to, and they go back to the court to say, "Hey, we got approval."
And then there's a last rubber stamp, I believe, from the courts that they haven't got yet.
Hold on,
or maybe I'm wrong and they have it. I could be wrong.
I mean, they meet the court last week.
Oh, have they put out anything since then?
No, so I don't see the price move.
And that's going to add a little dot to that, being that late last year. Well, yeah, I don't like this. It's like a slap on the wrist. We're getting some notices in January 26 that January 2026 that there were insider trades in December 2025.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
You're late.
Yeah, that's
you're late, but that's mid-December too.
Yeah, man. You tell me on January 26, a connected party bought 1.15 million Select MD shares on December 9th. I thought it was a 7-day thing. Why? That's more than a month later. But yeah, that's what, 10, 11, 12 and more million units that an insider has bought. Why them buying all of a sudden? I don't think it's for no reason. Although that again is not the only reason, but that's not saying nothing on its own. You never know which case it might matter in. But yeah, it's a hell of a thing. So just like you, I like it. I own a little bit of both. Not enough, but it is what it is.
One of my favorite. There's some insider trading at it. I don't like saying insider trading. But
yeah,
did some
connected
trades.
party.
I look at connected party trades at the end of the year as well, and I'm looking.
Who's that?
Forward Supreme Ventures.
Yes.
To an interesting first quarter. Particularly looking forward to their audited report. I think there's a few things. One of them is to see if them may start getting back any of this money from this loan to the people in Ghana, or seeing it seeing any returns from that. Actually trying to find
The last audited a year ago, we spoke to the $1 billion loan to Game Park, which is expected to be returned at the end of the year. Which I don't really expect to return. I expect them to probably roll it over, but I just want some information about that. But I think it's one of the largest volume insider trades over the last 2 days of 2025 that happened. Like 40 million shares purchased by connected parties. I mean, it's a company that does a lot of that, but it stood out, that kind of volume stood out to me just before the blackout.
And I believe it would appear like it's linked to maybe one exiting large, like a top 10 holder, right?
Yeah.
Who I believe we may have seen then pop up in another
Top 10,
company's top 10, I believe, right? So there's big up My Money JA for giving us this information. Anybody can see mymoneyja.com. So we saw Steve Hudson has been consistently exiting, it would appear, and Mayberry and Zodiac very smartly and consistently buying. So they believe in it, and he's exiting. But I noticed the name seems to be popping up elsewhere. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it's
AMG.
Yes, joining me in the AMG boat.
But there's another. Speaking. Where is it?
Here.
So there's another name in AMG that bought something similar times to him, and it was interesting to me because he's a previous director of SVL. I saw. What was his name?
Pre-takeover.
Yeah. Where's the? There's somebody else that was buying in AMG with him. Not with him, but same timing. I will find a message and talk to somebody about it. But the person. Okay, let me see. Is it Heist Holdings?
I think Heist Holdings is linked to this board member.
What's her name? Is that her?
Yes,
Michelle Chin.
Yeah.
Who was I think she used to Post to Post. She used to work at Post to Post as an executive.
And Post to Post was absorbed into
SVL. Yeah, so I found that line interesting. So in my head, do they know each other and they're buying, and they have the same line of connection and ideas around what's possible happenings there.
Almost certainly, right? And Heist Holdings is who sold. And
but they was buying at some point or a similar time or something like that. That I noticed when he was buying. When he first bought as starting there. Either they bought similar times or they sold and he bought. I can't remember the exact thing I was thinking at
this
the time.
This is an AMG?
But somebody AMG, a client was talking to me about, messaged me about it. So that's what I was looking at it. I was sending my thoughts on it. I was looking at anything more at that time.
Well, that's what it looks like here. What it looks like is that within the last quarter that's reported, Heist Holdings sold 14.9 and Pankaj sold 9. And Steve Hudson has bought 16. And so the new entries to the list are Steve Hudson. It would appear Steve Hudson, Nick Anthony Hudson, Tom Duncan Hudson. The last names are all the same. So I'm assuming that the Hudson family taking a stake. And those kind of add up to numbers that are similar, and the levels of units that are sold would be top 10 level units if you get in there. So seeing it.
So that's what it was. So they were selling, and I saw that Michelle was thinking. Michelle seems would be likely somebody that knows him. So
I get you. Yeah, maybe they know something happening there.
Things there.
MG itself is going through a little bit of a time where they're good. They're good enough. The numbers seem good enough.
Did they speak about a raise at some point?
They kind of hinted at it, and I've been saying every time it come up, I make sure to say, as I will say now, that it is in
And
my.
Pam is also buying.
Well, Pam always buying.
Well, yeah, exactly. And they're making, and the stakes are they bought 3 million recently, which is third of what they have.
Increase by
No, they
50%.
double the stake. Yeah,
Yeah, the double
not double.
estate.
They increase, not the double. Increase by I think by 50%.
Yeah,
So thing
yeah.
there, that to me, and I don't know. I think VM they're doing a lot. They are heavy capital markets push. So it made me say maybe something is happening here.
Maybe.
And they mentioned the raids and the kind of buying that was yeah, it's really interesting here. So I'm looking out for AMG and hopefully that they do they do the raids in a way I like.
I hope so too. Which is to say, I hope that they don't make the mistake of doing an
I'll
APO.
make an APO, yeah.
Yeah, do not make that mistake.
Yeah.
Please, please. Do the right issue. Do the right issue. Please. I'm saying that as somebody who I hope have sense, but also
But
as a
this is
shareholder.
that's a part of the conversation I was having with the client, and he said to me, "Why would they be buying in front of before an APO?" And I'm said, "Boy,
Oh
me can't tell you
boy.
say them have sense, boss. I can't tell you
Mm-hmm.
that. I can tell you say I can keep making the sense to a point, but we've seen that before, so I can't tell you that they're not doing that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so
It's
that's where the uncertainty starts. I can say that it would make sense to do that, but they would
they
they
might.
might
Yeah,
just
yeah. They might. People do that all the time.
exactly.
Industry people do that all the time. Industry people push their clients, a big client, to do it. Like, companies gonna expand via APO, and then your friends or your people that whatever going to business with you, and they buy ahead of the APO, and they might also buy in the APO, and usually it's the type of entity or people that won't notice when the money burn up in an APO. And hey, if it works for you, it works for
And
you. But
you
I have
hear all the headlines of the company is making more revenue and all them blah, 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 blah.
yada yada yada, exactly. But the APO deaths are still, they haven't changed. Right? The companies that have
APO there.
chosen death via APO are still the companies that are around. And yeah, it's in everybody's best interest to not join that little dead
Still
yard.
dead.
Yeah. So I am hoping that they don't. I'm saying that as a AMG shareholder, I'm hoping that they don't join that foolishness, because I don't want my money to burn up in that little fire. That little APO fire. I cannot afford for my money to burn up in that little APO fire. So please, please, please,
What them name said it as well? What them name?
that ISP.
Energy too.
Yeah.
Energy has said
Well,
that they're
yes.
doing it for a long time.
Energy
Yes,
was
that's true.
brawling.
Yeah, just why would you
Man,
say
them
that?
said
Why?
brawling. Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
That's what they want to do.
Repeatedly without apology.
No.
Better them tell you, yeah.
That's true.
I
I
true
agree.
that. Big up on yourself.
That
Thank
I
you very
agree
much.
with.
That's true.
Much appreciated.
The alternative is that you don't know, you don't have no warning. But it makes it so painful for you as an investor, where you can't even really be excited about something. Like I put so much energy into being able to predict what these companies will do, and when the business is gonna be better, or when the business is gonna be at a point where it'll do something exciting.
And then you
And
reach the point that it's like APO.
I predict it, and you can't predict it because it might get to that exciting point and go, oh, it's time for us to do our APO now. Yeah, and yeah, I tell you, the worst thing you want as a retail investor is to have shares in a company that decided them doing a dilutive event like that.
Yeah, man.
Them burn up your money. Like that ISP.
Yeah,
Yes.
no
Yeah.
ISP.
Yeah. Who has not yet officially announced any APO, and if
No.
they are sensible, will not announce an APO. I'll just remind every company, there is absolutely nothing you can't do in terms of raising money in an APO that you can do in a rights issue. So just do the rights issue. Respect your current shareholders. Respect the people who
Please.
have gone and bought shares in that company ahead of time and supported and stuck with the company. Don't beat them up. Don't dilute them down to nothing for no reason and for stupid reason either. Right?
What
Don't
happened
just
with
do
the
the
stock
right issue. Do the
price?
right issue. Trust me, we have the money. We're
Straight up.
willing to give you it. Do the right issue, please. Energy also said it, but I'm mentioning energy because Hudson also bought into energy. Huh.
Really?
Which is also on the APO list. My God.
You say at the APO boss.
Big up him.
Imagine you sell the SVL for
You say
going on APO.
whips.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, no.
maybe I know something we don't know.
You know.
I know something we don't know. I mean, to be fair,
Well,
Energy's
happy for
numbers
them.
have looked a bit better, but they've also been very clear about
Yeah, that's
APO.
great. That's wonderful.
Well,
Doesn't move me, but I'm happy for you.
yeah. Rough. Anyway, I think we'll call time on it unless you guys have anything else you want to say. Oh, well, let me not push past. Jerry Mack, the last one I'll ask, and Shay, what were you guys excited about for the rest of the quarter?
I'm looking forward to like the first week of this listing. First 2 weeks. Let's put it at 2 weeks. First 2 weeks.
Of what? Of
I'm
Woodcats?
excited to see what will happen.
You're talking Woodcats?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm the market has a little buzz that I'm liking. You know, it's been nice. This month has been nice, and I'm hoping it continues for the quarter.
All right, well.
And I hope that this IPO, because it's not a bad offer, you know. And I hope it inspires others to come forward with something nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Well, I think Fosrich said that them coming with something nice, not so. Well, I don't know if they say that they're coming with something nice. Officially, there was a notice.
No.
There was no man. I think there was I feel like there was an article today.
Yeah, man, there was an article, you know. But I don't think the IPO for Fosrich is something that they're like, yeah, man, we're look to do that right now. I could be wrong, but I never get that vibe from the article.
I feel like they are. I feel like that's where they. I feel like they wouldn't say it unless they're ready.
Fosrich has announced,
and they kind of need it. That's what I feel. I feel like they kind of need it.
I didn't realize the solar business was such a big chunk of their business, their revenue or whatever. Yeah, I didn't realize how much until I read the article. I'm like, you know, really? Never know. Yeah, man.
What percentage did it? What percentage is it?
35.
35 of profits or revenue?
Revenue.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. Did not realize it was that big.
Did they do installation and all of that?
Yeah. I think their thing is they're trying to get bigger contracts and thing, and then they want to do because I think they currently do the financing part, and they want to like more room in their pocket to be able to accommodate that on a larger scale. And I like that idea.
All right, but see if them can do it. I'm looking forward to see them.
Hey. You believe in a Fosrich? You believe in a Fosrich?
I believe in my ability to make money. So whether it's Fosrich or
Understand.
anybody, I don't.
So yeah, understand.
Fully done.
Yeah.
Boy. I believe in pressure creating diamonds.
Pressure bust pipe. Oh.
Yeah, man. You know, bust pipe
You're calling my name, my friend.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe pressure is. I believe some of these spin-offs will happen because of more unsaid things, but I don't mind the unsaid things. Yeah, you know.
That's all right.
Yeah, the unsaid things there that I think will really push them. And I like also the move of them to add Dr. Street for
Yeah,
board.
man,
Yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who knows what that might mean? Who knows what that might be? That might give us a timeline on this thing, right? I hope she's on the board of the hopefully spun off entity.
So yeah, me too.
Yeah, it'd be good to see that. It would be good to see that. All right. I won't take over the rest of anybody else Friday night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did I say what I like? Oh, I did. So cool. I won't take up any more tonight. Thank you guys very, very much for it. Shout out to the people who join us on all the platforms, YouTube, Twitter, and everything, and the people who send speaker requests. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Shay. Phil, and I do this as usual. And we'll talk to you guys next week on our BrickTalk.
Yeah, people big up, enjoy